properties, default. I want the hyper. Yo, there we go. So now the hyper's on there. Can you guys still hear me in Discord?
Yes, we can.
All right, so now I got the hyper on. Okay, so this should work for the videos. Okay, so now to kind of see where you're at. So right now, the very first thing, guys, write this down. South Africa. Yes, a guy here in South Africa told me XRP will go to $16 today. Holy shit! Who the hell is he? $16, bro. Oh my god. Yeah, bro.
I've got
No.
about $1,000 I could sell them.
Yeah. No, it's not going to 16
Give me
today, big
10
dog.
minutes.
Yeah.
I'll sell it to him for 14. He'll get a deal.
Yeah, you get a deal. 14 bucks, bro. You get a deal. Guys, it's 14 bucks. They're going to get you a deal. All right, so let's start off here, guys. So for all you new people, write this down. Let me show you a simple trick of how not to buy the top, right? This is not hard, okay? If you go to vccryptonation.com, write that down, vccryptonation.com. You will see a link, right? It says join me on TradingView. Click that. It's awesome. It is a free thing. Do not sign up to a pro version or anything. Just take the free version with an email, set yourself up, and that's it. When you get here, you're going to see that there are indicators at the top right here, and there's going to be indicators that are in this section here. You want to go and find the indicators and hit X and get rid of your indicators, and then you want to type in an indicator called the RSI. That's your stochastic, right? Look for stochastic RSI. STOCHASTIC, right? Click it, and this is this one little indicator at the bottom here that you guys are going to see. Okay, now when you get it, I think it's blue and orange, the lines, right? You'll notice which one is the positive one to the top, and then you notice when it comes down. So the first thing that you're going to do is when you have a stochastic RSI, guys, and don't forget, share the video, guys, share the live, guys, share the live real quick, guys. We're about to get into some deep stuff right here. This is going to save you guys thousands of dollars when you're buying crypto, and you don't have to, and you can see 1,000 different influencers tell you about a coin. This will let you get up. Jade, let's link up. I have some Maracoses. All right, guys, so let's dig in here real quick, guys. So first thing you're going to do is you're going to go to your 2 hour, right? And you're going to take a look, and here's your 2 hour RSI, right? It is not at the bottom, and it's not going up, right? You need this to be going up, right? This is what I'm talking about. Right? If you're new to trading, learn market structure before adding indicators. It'll just confuse you. It depends on how you use your indicators, right? This is a lot of times when you're new people, you have to, I know a lot of times guys who get into trading, and I know a lot of people that, you spend years learning how to do something, but this is really not that hard, right? So this is a very simple process, right? You just have to understand what this all means. You don't need market structure. I'm going to show you a very simple way to kind of like see it all. All right, so here, the tank is coming. All right, so here, the RSI is at the bottom. You want it to be going up before you buy. You want it to be going up, right? Very simple. And I like the higher time frames because that eliminates all the other noise that's happening. So the 3 hours still heading down, right? So for me, I need the higher time frames to all be in one way so that I know that I'm getting in on the best opportunity, right? So the first one is the 2 hour needs to be bouncing and heading up. The second thing I want to see is a 3 hour, the larger time frame, an hour later, starting to go sideways or bending, like it's confirming that the volume is moving. If it's not confirming and the 3 hour is still going down, then we're simply going to wait for the 3 hour to get to a better position until it starts to bend, right? So you need multiple confirmations before you give your money away, right? Then once the 3 hour starts to bend, I look where my 4 hour is, and if it's basically starting to bend for me, then I'm in a good position. Once I have the higher time frame set up, then even as a new person, you're in a pretty good area of buying, so you're pretty secure there. You're pretty set up. Now, if you're a trader and you're looking to do leverage or anything else, then you would once you have all these confirmations, you would then go to a lower time frame, like the 15-minute, right? And what you're doing here on the 15 minute is you're going to do what's called find yourself a level, right? So I like the 15 minute. Some guys use a 3 minute so they have more candles, but you can use a 3 minute. It's very easy. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to find where the bottom hit, which is not this wick here, right? You're going to move up to where there's more of a, like, the candle body is there, and then wicks are using it for support, right? So there's my first line. And all you're going to do is slide to the right on TradingView. And when you guys slide to the right, you're going to see a little plus sign, right? When you click that plus sign, it's going to say draw a line. Let me zoom in for you guys a little bit. Draw a horizontal line, right? This is how you just click draw, and that's it. So now I got a line here that comes across, right? And that's the bottom of these 3 minute candles right here, right? Second thing I'm going to do is I'm going to put a area where I'm seeing that there was a support, a bounce, and then breakthrough, and then a retest of that support, and then now we're retesting that support again. You guys see this? Right? See, bounce. So here you have a bounce, support, break, a retest, and now it's fighting this area. So now I'm going to come to the right, right? And then I'm going to put another plus sign. And now I have this area more of a buy zone, right? Nothing particular, nothing support and resistance. This is just an area right now of what it is. Guys, if you want to get into the Discord, right? Go to the website right there, vccryptonation.com. So now I have an area on my 3 minute, right? So time frames are simply what you use to see the chart. So these are 3 minute candles, okay? So now 3 minute candles are showing me that I have an area here, and then I'm going. So how you move these charts around, a lot of people don't know this. You take your mouse, right? And if you move your mouse up and down, you can go sideways. If you go to the numbers here, you can make it taller, make it smaller. So a lot of times people see a chart and go, mine don't look like that. Take your mouse, move it to the right, open it up, close it, whatever you want to do, or go sideways, extend it, whatever it is, right? So you got to learn how to use TradingView, guys. It's a very powerful tool. All right, so now we have a buy zone, right? Now we have a buy zone. And why do we have a buy zone, right? Remember, we use a stochastic RSI. First thing that we're going to do on a stochastic RSI is we're going to find the 1 hour, okay? 1 hour time frame. See this 1 hour? 1 hour time frame. You're going to come down on the 1 hour time frame. When it hits the bottom and starts to go sideways in this area, that is going to give us an area of a bottom or support zone, right? Right here, 1 hour. Now, we're waiting for the final support zone, which is going to be the 2 hour, okay? Hit the likes, guys. Hit the like. Share the live. Share the live. Let's go. Let's get some people in here, man. All right. So if you have over 1,000 followers and you want to join and you have some information that you want to give, if you're a trader or if you want to kind of like, share some knowledge, request being a guest, and I will basically help you guys out here, and you can come in and share some knowledge as well so that we can, kind of like get that all in there. All right. So now that we have this set up, what we're looking for on the 2 hour is to get the next lower level that we can kind of find support on. So here's your 1 hour support. Here's your here's your top of your 1 hour support right here. Now that we have that set up, right? Now, since the 1 hour has hit the bottom and the 2 hour is getting close, we now start to look for a buy zone, right? And this is where, if you're a new person, you don't want to buy your crypto until you see this happening so that you can then look to get into it, right? So let's scroll this down. So now that we have this set up, now we want to go to what's called a 4 hour time frame. And now we want to use our mouse. And what we're going to do here is we're going to look for levels of support that were inside of this area here, right? Because they're all the way across. Now, if you can't see any more of the chart over here, or you have to go sideways, go to a daily. That'll open up a little more candles for you. And this will allow us to see the support over the history of XRP. So right here, we can see that there's a top of XRP that hit way back in November of 2020. We can see the next retesting in February 2021. We can then see the big jump of 2021 in April, the retesting of May 21, then the retesting of September 21, and then November 21, and then we can see all these little peaks, right? So these are the future areas of targets that we're looking for, right? The original target that we'd be looking for is 198, which would be the all-time high. The next level, and you don't want that target, you want to kind of come down to where, and this is just me rolling my mouse back and forth, right? So right here we can see there's a support area right in this zone here, and if you look to the next months over, you will see the same thing. So this right here is a solid support area that XRP has hit many times, right? So that, see, hit here, came down, used it as support here, came up, touched it again, touched it again, touched it again. So this is letting us know that this is probably the next target for XRP. That's $1.30. Okay. Now the next lower target, because it's like a buy zone, would be the zone that there's support, right? So here's where this touched base, right, would be in here, and these areas here you can see they're all touching. This would be the next area that we would say would be a target, because this is where it rejected, found support, right? See the support right there, broke through, came back, found support right here, fought it, found support. So this right here would be the next area that we would say is the target. So XRP's target is, see how that is? See that target? See, that's 91 cents. You guys see that? If you guys knew how to read a chart, support and resistance, you would have known that XRP's top level is $1.30. The secondary level, which is your main target, is 90. Let me show you. I put a little price tag on there, right? This price label is 92 cents. You guys see that? So if you knew that, right, if you knew how to do this basic little breakdown here, you would have known that you should have been looking for a target of 92 cents, right? See that? 92 cents. Okay? Then you could have set your profits for XRP at 92 cents, and you would have made a shitload of money on this last pump. So now that we got that kind of squared away, okay? Now we have two levels. On the daily, you want to do the top level and the next level so that you have your two. This is all-time high. This is the target before it has to break, before it goes to an all-time high. So these are your targets. So now that we have the two upper targets of where we're currently at, right? Now let's go down and take a look at the support levels, right? Two levels of support, right? And that's found on retesting, right? So you guys can see right here, you have where the first peak came up. You had a big run. It found support here once, found support here twice, found support here. So this right here, this area right here is going to be the lower level of support, right? And I'm going to move this up a little bit right here. So it touched, it broke through, found support, broke through, found support. And then right here, you can see it broke through, it retested. And as you move across, you can see right here, retested. And then as it broke through, it found support, broke through, and then boom, retested again here, and then boom, found support. So right here, I would move this down slightly, right about there. And now I know that the lower level of XRP is 42 cents right there. That's the low level of support right there. So to me, now that I see that right there, that's letting me know that XRP has a foundation, or what we call a floor, that sits at 42 cents, right? That's kind of like the low level. So now I want to go up one more from that to find out where XRP could go back and retest before it goes up. So now that I got this lower level, I want to move to the next level. And how you do this is you can work from the top up. So these two lines here are my target zone to buy, right? So we already have these, man, right here. We already have this. So we got one guy saying Trina Busser, 59 cents. We're going to find out if you're right now. All right, so here you go. You have this target zone that we have. The two lines that we're looking to buy are right here. We have our targets up here, right? Buy zone, targets, and now we're going to find the first layer of support as we come down from there, right? And that's going to be where we see the coin bounce multiple times before it goes. So now we can see right here that XRP has a zone here of support where on the daily it broke through, retested, found some support, retested, found some support, retested, and it is in an area of around 58 cents. So yeah, about 59 cents. So Busser was right on the money. Good job, Busser. So now that we have that all panned out, we have our lines where we need to go on the daily. We now slide back to our 1 hour. And now that we're in our 1 hour, we can kind of like see what's happening here. And we can see that we're kind of hovering in this zone here. And now we go back to our 3 minutes. So now we have all our lines, all our support, all our resistance areas, all our areas. And now we can kind of see what's happening. So that's how you guys can get support and resistance lines to have ideals of what's happening. Now, back in the day, if you were buying your XRP at 40, let's go to 15 minute, you were buying at 47 cents in this area here, right? You would already known, I'll go to a 4 hour. You would already know when XRP was anything around 42 cents, you would have been buying XRP because that's a floor right there. So floor, came back, retested. So some guys could have bought here at 44 cents, retested 42 cents. And then when it retests here at 44 cents and starts to go up, and then a retest at 45, 44 cents, this retest happened about 4 times, right? Look at that retest. So resistant, retest, 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 right? Retest. So that would have gave you a really clear idea of where a target for XRP for buying would be, because you can see right here XRP is bouncing off of this 45, 40, what is that, a 40, 45 cent area, like bang, 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 bang. So that's letting you know right there, that's a floor. That's what you call a floor. So the floor for XRP, 45 cents, right? The XRP queen, what up? I don't know. I mean, I know XRP is going somewhere, but I mean, I don't know if it's the moon, right? And the reason why is because XRP has a very strong army, but they should have been able to easily break $1.30, right? But they were stopped out. And this is where you have to be very cautious of what you do. They were stopped out at a resistance line of 93 cents, 92 cents, which makes me believe that that is a pump and dump, because the institutions and the AI bots that trade for these higher institutions would have taken profit at 92, 93 cents, because that's the support line of the resistance line, right? And the fact that the XRP army couldn't break through that lets me know that there wasn't any new money, that there was simply traders making money off of the news, right? What they say, buy the news, sell the rumor. Nah, buy the rumor, sell the news. I told you guys there was a rumor that Bybit was putting XRP back on exchanges, and it was right, and nobody was talking about it. And the next day, XRP went up 100%. All right, go watch the video. I told you about that the night before. If you were paying attention, you would have bought a lot of XRP and did what you had to do. But this right here, this pump right here is a little shady to me, because XRP is responding to support and resistance lines, which means there's a lot of traders here. Now, if it would have broke past that and got to 110, 120, then that's the worldwide people buying XRP, right? The worldwide people would be buying XRP right now, and that price would keep going through all the resistance lines, because it's not normal trading. But because of XRP failing to break that line, that's what makes me see that this was just a normal trading pump and dump, and that's it. And this is why, guys, when you're learning how to buy and sell crypto, we always say, well, the smart people say, Buy low, sell high, because these coins don't have any value because there's no profit and loss on them. There's only value when people buy. So obviously everybody was buying on the victory. You have to sell, right? Look for those support lines, sell for those targets, and then sit back and let the dust settle, okay? Let the dust settle, guys. And now you would be able to buy. Some guys are buying XRP at 80 cents, which is a mistake. You got to let your RSI. Remember, use the 2-hour, 3-hour RSI, relative strength index, stochastic, to tell you when to buy and sell. It doesn't matter if it's your favorite grandfather in the world telling you, I know the XRP is going to the moon. You got to follow the rules of trading. Let's go. So, Trina.
Hey, BC, quick question. Do you think that the Coinbase shutdown on that had any factor in that? Just curious.
So what did they do? What did they do? They stopped trading, or what did they do?
They stopped trading on XRP yesterday.
So they opened up trading and then stopped everybody.
Yeah, they stopped XRP trading. I want to say like 3 or 4 o'clock yesterday afternoon. They stopped it because it was just they couldn't handle the volume.
Okay. Or maybe they turned on trading so they could dump their bags.
Well, yeah, that's what I think happened too. But
and then
curious.
Conveniently, all right, everyone else settle down. So yeah, that's what I'm saying. Coinbase is not. Yeah. I would love to tell you what's happening, guys, but honestly, it's too late. I told you guys 3 years ago to boycott Ethereum. Nobody listened. Now they own everything. I told you guys to boycott Coinbase and not use them because they were going to be their second. They use them to basically do what they want to do. That's their custodian. If you would have took your money out of Coinbase, you could have killed off Coinbase and set a precedent that the people of crypto want to have their own bank. And now you have all this legislation coming out that the USDC coin should be controlled by banks, and they should be the one lending out stable coins, and they should make the $1.5 billion every quarter. And the American people, I mean, you guys, I'm telling you, you're the bank in crypto. Your job was to maintain your responsibility of protecting your money. This is your opportunity to be the bank. The bank makes $1.5 billion a quarter, right? And now you're going to give it to Vanguard, BlackRock, and Fidelity and all their lackeys. But that's over now. That shit has sailed, brother. Nobody understands. So now we're in this predicament where you have Coinbase turning on trading. And what did that do? Coinbase relisting. Yay! Now, do you guys know that Coinbase relisting came when XRP was already at its high, right? Coinbase relisted when XRP was already at 90 some cents. Yeah. It actually went down.
After Coinbase relisted, it went down.
Yeah.
Yep.
So let that sink in. Let that sink in. Cody James, XRP is being and has already been adopted by a lot of huge businesses or corporations. It's not a pump and dump. You're confusing Ripple with XRP. That's the problem. You're confusing Ripple with XRP. You do understand Ripple is not XRP, right? XRP token is completely different from Ripple. XRP, if you're an XRP person, you have to get educated, right? XRP has 50% of the coin in escrow, and that is used for the banks, and that's for their partners. And that is what we call, there is a Nostros and Vostros accounts, right? And if you're familiar with the banking, there is the front end and a back end. The front end of the coin is what we get. That's the XRP token. The back end of the ledgers, which are the banks, they get the escrow. Your coin, now I'm going to tell you this. I'm going to listen to what I'm saying. XRP will go to $50,000 a coin. but it won't be the one you have. It will be the coin that the banks use. You know why? Because they have a coin that's on a back ledger that they can use for their own personal ledgers. XRP has built networks. I don't know if you guys know this or not, but XRP has already built networks, right? So I tried to explain this to my buddy. What's his name with the glasses? XRP guy. Give me a name, guys. The big XRP guy with the red folder. Come on, man. I'm drawing a brain here. He's from Seattle, Washington. What's his name? Not Matt. The guy with the glasses, man. Nice guy. Just had a kid last year. Let me get where's my cell phone at? Hold on.
I have a quick question.
Yeah.
When you're done, BC.
Go ahead.
So my question is to you: how are we able to differentiate the difference between something solid and something new and a meme?
You talking about like for crypto period?
Yes.
Oh, so that's just research, right? And we'll cover that a little bit later. I'll make a video on that. But so yeah, Zach Rector,
Okay.
that's my boy. Oh my God, I can't believe my brain freeze. I love Zach, man. Zach's a good guy. So Zach, I try to explain to Zach that there's two sides of XRP, the front and the back. Once they divided that, right? If you guys go back, I got to dig up some old videos, but I was on TikTok 3 years ago explaining what XRP was, and I was holding XRP because they had no other utility except for the banks. The moment they created NFTs and they created this other ecosystem for XRP, I sold my bags at the top of the $1.50 because I knew at that point XRP was now going to lose its value because it had become too usable, right? And a lot of people, well, yeah, if it has more case uses, that means it should make more money. Nah, what that means is it's less valuable, right? So if you can use XRP everywhere, it's not meant for one thing, because the only thing that really had value on XRP is that the token was only going to be used in financial institutions. But once they showed me that the front end of the XRP token was going to be used in the front end for retail investors for NFTs, video games, all these other type of projects, that just let me know that my XRP that I was holding was not the bank token, right? That they were going to separate it, right? And that was my biggest worry, was them separating it, right? And that's what happened. So when they did that, I sold all my XRP, I took my profit, and then I rebought back at like 32 cents. And the reason why I bought it back is because I know XRP as a ledger, right, is very super technology. I mean, it's fast, quick. I use it. I use XLM XRP for all my transactions. I use Doge too. I love Doge. But those are the three coins I use. But I know that XRP is going to be used on top of ICP, inside of the Web3 buildings. It's going to be how they transact all the currencies anyway. So XRP as a blockchain, or it's not even a blockchain, it's not even crypto, it's a ledger, that it will be a dominant coin for what it does. But we have a problem here. 50% of it is giving to the banks, where they don't need to use your 50%. But on the front end, even though we're not going to get paid off the banks, because we're not, we're going to have a coin that does super technology on the front end, where NFTs, gaming, casinos, and all this other stuff that's going to be built over the next 3-4 years will make an XRP a dominant coin. So the market cap for XRP will literally go up 20x. So the pricing of where it's at, minimum is 10x. So XRP will go from 45 cents to minimum $5, and it should peak at 10. So for me, buying something at 30 cents that's going to be worth $10, I mean, that's a win, right? So, but that's realistic, right? And that's how you kind of also know what's going to be valuable, right? And to be honest, I would with this new ruling of XRP, I would be very, very interested in buying all these coins right now that are considered Capri. What up, Capri? I'm gonna so let me finish that thought first, Capri. So right now, what I would be very interested in doing is like I'm buying Gala, and I'm buying all these coins that have a purpose that we already know, right? I know that Gala Games. I'm buying Gala Games because they're going to create video games, right? Web3. I'm going to use Matic because Matic is going to be the coin that crosses bridges everything to Ethereum, right? So I'm going to be buying all these like Web3 tokens and Caspers and all this DeFi because as soon as they start passing laws that these coins are securities, you're not going to be able to get them anymore. And then the only people holding them you're going to make all your money off these other coins, not XRP, right? XRP is, and this is an example. XRP was deemed not a security, right? Let this sink in. Let this sink in. XRP was deemed not a security. In your mind, you're like, all right, this is going to go to the moon, right? But let me explain what happened. XRP being deemed a non-security just made it less valuable. Think about it. Think about it. When Gala Games, right? If you're buying Gala right now at a penny or whatever the hell it is, when Gala Games is deemed a security and it is no longer offered, what it's so easy. What made XRP so valuable? What made XRP so valuable, guys? If you everyone who's an XRP maxi, put the ones in the chats. Put the ones in the chats. Hit the ones. Share the live. I want to teach you guys something.
Was it purpose of it? The utility of it?
Well, no. That's what makes it a not security. The non-security part of XRP is that it never had purpose. It never had a utility. That's what made it so interesting, right? So XRP, guys, what made XRP valuable was scarcity. You couldn't buy it. You couldn't get it anywhere. If you're a real crypto person, okay, you know that when you first got on crypto in 2020 and 2019, you could not buy crypto XRP unless you had an Uphold account, right? It was one account, one place, because everybody delisted it, right? That's what made it valuable because they started taking, right? This is just marketing 101. They started taking it from you. Now, fast forward to a lawsuit. They're trying to hold them down. Like they had all these things that, like, it's not a security, blah, 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 blah. Go through the 2 years of all the turmoil, of all the things that people say, all the things that things are happening. And now they win the case. And in one day, it only did a 1x or 100x one time. Only doubled once. And XRP is probably one of the most well-known currencies in the world. I mean, we had a guy on here from South Africa that his buddy was like, it's going to $16. South Africa. XRP is one of the most well-known cryptocurrencies in the world. It was just deemed non-security, meaning that it's not a security and it will be one of the only cryptocurrencies you can buy, right? And it literally went to its target of 92 cents, and now it's already back down to 70. Right? Now it's available. Now it's relisted. Now it's everywhere. But it still hasn't really moved, right? Asia woke up. UK woke up. All these people woke up to XRP being a non-security, but yet it didn't go to all-time highs. Right? Like, think about that. It's very interesting. Now, if you take something like Gala Games, where I know Gala Games is going to be a security. It is a coin created to do Web3 video games. It's used in the video games, right? And if people play the video games, they have to burn the token. So, I mean, the whole purpose of buying Gala Games is Gala's creating games. It's a business. Now, you're buying Gala for 3 cents. I don't even know what Gala is today, right? So you're buying Gala today. You're buying it at these cheap prices right here. And what is Gala? So Gala's at 2 cents, right? And you're buying Gala at 2 cents. And you're just buying these tokens because they're going to be used in all the video games. And then all of a sudden, 6 months from now, Gala Games is considered a security. And they have to take it off the market. How valuable is your token? Scarcity. The only way someone can get Gala Games is if you sell it to them. You make the price. Because the only way to buy Gala Games after that happens is to be a accredited investor. See what I'm saying? Right now, you get to buy the IPO. You get to buy the ICO. A year from now, you're not going to be.
Go.
You're not going to be able to.
Quick 90% on XRP long.
Yeah. There you go, brother. I told you. We're getting that bottom piece right there. Yeah. We bought back XRP at what was the price, bro? 69 cents or something. I told you guys the 2 hour was already at the bottom. I just told Psycho, make sure I just told you guys this. When you wait for the 1 hour to hit the bottom, you got it. Here's your 1 hour breakup right there. You see that 1 hour? This is one, guys, if you're paying attention, this is one indicator. See how the 1 hour just broke up right there? There's your candle. You buy in. You would have got in at 70 cents, 74. 70 cents, 47, right? That's your buy-in. You go to your 2 hour, right? We're starting to close in. Our 2 hours starting to bend. We're looking good here. Plus, remember, we're looking at positive volume. Notice here on the 2 hour, the volume started to bend on this candle, showing us that it's getting an upward trajectory, which would have been on this candle here. Once again, 70 cents. That's why we said we were just talking about buying in at what were we buying in, bro? It's 69, 70 cents exactly around there?
69, and yeah, I have to go back and look. See if I can find it.
Yeah, so now we're rolling.
69.64.
Yeah. And so our buy-in was based off of the 1 hour bending,
No,
but more
69.38. Sorry,
Yeah.
that was the volume was 69.38.
69.38. So now we were looking at the
Probably were even lower.
yeah. Well, yeah, with this is the buy zone right here, remember? And look, see how it you guys will see this video, but it just broke through the resistance at 70.48, which is this next candle your buy, and now you're on a run. Like we just literally covered this video. So now there was our buy zone, our tops, and then this is where you buy as soon as it starts to head back up. That would have been about 69 cents. And then this is your buy area. And then boom, there you go. There's your breakout. It was that easy to kind of like set yourself up. So this video will be in the Discord. Should I sell my ETH and buy XRP? You know, you should be diversified no matter what you're doing. I mean, Ethereum already won. So, you know, Ethereum is going to be worth money no matter what happens. So I would definitely not sell all my Ethereum. But, you know, at this point, as the money starts to come back to the market, I don't know if XRP is going to be this cheap for this long because it is a $2 coin. So you have to kind of say to yourself, you know, where do I want to put XRP right here? So, but XRP is definitely a $2 coin. To me, it's a $10 coin no matter what happens. So that's how I'm looking at it. And it's the one coin that when everything else XRP is going to be worth a lot of money when everything else is considered a security. And then the only coin you can buy is what? XRP.
XRP and Doge.
You see how that's, XRP and Doge. You're exactly right. XRP and Doge. It's an interesting concept when you really break it down.
Yeah.
So yeah, we bought XRP here when the 2 hours settled, right? So that's what I was trying to tell you guys. Once the 1 hour hits the bottom, you can start looking for your buy zones. And then once the 2 hour starts to settle down, which you can see right here, it's touching bottom. This is where you want to start buying your rebuy, right? So all you guys that hodl and don't know when to buy a coin, or use that one simple trick, and that'll save you a ton of money, and you can get yourself in a position of hodling bags at a better price, and that'll put you in there.
Can you repeat that, DC? I'm sorry, I didn't get a chance to write that down, what you said.
Yeah, so I mean, let's say somebody, so a guy in South Africa had a buddy who said, "Hey man, buy Doge, it's going to $16." So he bought it at 80 cents. And I was like, well, if you don't have to be a trader or anybody who, you can be a hodler, and you can go get a free app called TradingView. And on TradingView, you go and get one indicator called the RSI stochastic, RSI relative strength index. And before you buy any coin, you let the 1 hour bottom out. And then when the 1 hour hits the bottom and you see that candle start to go up on that next candle, the bottom of that next candle is your first buy zone, right? And that would be about 67, 68. Then from there, the next candle, the top of that candle is your buy zone. You can see, like, you'll see this video, we had the little buy zone, bottom was 67, 68. And then the 2 hour, when that finally gets towards the bottom, which it is right now, it's about to touch, that would be your time to start making a decision of purchasing in this area, right? So that was a buy zone of 67 to 70 cents is where they would start buying, right? So we still haven't got the 2 hour bent up yet. So as a trader, we still haven't got our full momentum. But as a hodler, you're buying 67, 68, 69 cent XRP. You're going to hold it anyways. But that would have been way better than 80 cents. So just for anyone who's just buying randomly tokens, you can use that one little trick right there to basically put you where you are. Now for you, because we were talking about long trades, right? So this would be where, if you're using lower leverage, like a 10x, a 20x, and you're doing something like a moon bag, something that you're going to hold, and you're like, you know what, I'm just going to stick this to the side. This particular trick, when it's around that level, you could put leverage at 10, 20x, and then you would start cost average buying at that level, 68, 69 cents. And every time the 3 minute pulled down, you would put, another 10% in, 5% in, or whatever, and you just keep chipping away until you fill up all your bag on its way up. And then you would leave it, and then you were waiting for the target, which is which would be the 2 hour starting to head back down, right? That would be your target for that. So that would be the way to do a 20x or a 30x without having to worry too much about the fluctuation of the higher leverage. But that would be like cost average buying as the 2 hour starts to bend. Every 3 minute there's a dip, right? So that's kind of like what we were talking about. We were talking about that, like, remember you were asking about how you set up and you do like those longer trades? Ashanti.
I'm sorry. Yes, I'm here.
I call you A. So like that's where you would be like when you first came into the group and you started learning trading. You were like, well, I do long trades and I kind of look for support and right. That's where you would. This video that I just did is literally breaking how to hodl. This is how you find support and resistance lines. And this would be a 10, 20, or 30x leverage play. And you would cost average buy every time the 3 minute or the 5 minute went up and down. Like buy at the bottom of the 5 if you're going long, or sell for short positions when the 5 is at the top. So I like this here for longs better, because longs normally this is when they find the support. But it's the exact same opposite for shorts, right? You kind of be in the same scenario, except the problem with shorts is you're dealing with a the recklessness of you have no idea when someone in South Africa says XRP is going to $16. That, you know what I'm saying? So when you do shorts, you have to let the 4 hour confirm. You have to really wait for everything to confirm, because when it does, we get the big gains that we want. But when you're going long, supports in areas that are bouncing and bouncing are a little bit more reliable, because people don't sell for losses. So if you start to see a support line where it keeps kind of hitting that area, it's because the people that bought higher are holding because they have to, because they're not in profit. So like the guy in South Africa, he needs to go back to 80 cents. So he needs to go to 80 and he needs to go back to 96 for him to make money. So by buying this position here, and you're buying on the 1 hour bouncing at the bottom, and then you're waiting for the 2 hour to get close to the bottom, which it did, this is where you start buying in that little buy zone, and you're doing a 20-30x leverage. And every time the 3 minute, and I'll show you in the video, you can see right here, every time the 3 minute RSI went to the top and then came down, if you bought at that level, you would have been buying at 68.73, 69 cents. And through the entire process, 3 minute at the bottom, 69 cents, 67, it goes up, it comes down. Another buy would have been at 69 cents, it goes up, it comes down. Another buy would have been at 68 cents. So you would add 3 buy zones. And I'm going to put this video here, and you can see that once that big dump happened, right, the 3 minute was at the bottom, right, that would have been the first buy zone, would have been here. And that buy zone would have been 67.69. Then the 3 minute went up to the top. The 3 minute RSI came down, came back up, and then finally came all the way back down and gave you another buy zone here at 68. Now you could even use the 3 minute when it came here and it started to go up. You could have bought here. So you would add another buy zone here. So the average would have been 68, 69.51, 68.80. Right? And then right now, you would be waiting for this 3 minute to bend down to buy more. So wherever this 3 minute RSI comes down and starts to go up, you would then repeat, right? And that's how you use the 3 minute. Now, if you go to a higher time frame, let's say the 5 minute, I'll show you what would have happened there. You would have had a buy zone on the 5 minute at the same price as 67, except the difference is the 5 minute would have came down a little bit and started to head up, and you would have been in the same zone, 69.59. Then when the 5 minute came down, you would have been in the same zone. So the 3 and the 5 minute gave you the same buying section that you would have bought. If you move to the 15 minute, right, you would have saw that when the 15 minutes started going up, your price actually would have been more about 68.35, and you would add 1 buy. And then currently right now, the 15 minute is at the top, and it's starting to bend down here at the 90. It's at the 90 line, right? So it hasn't given you a second purchase, right? So that's why on the higher time frame, you don't want to use that for buying in and out. Use the 3 minute, because it's like using the 5. And that would have gave you 3 buy areas to buy in, and then you would be cost average buying on that. So you would have had a first buy.
I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
I was going to ask a quick question. Now, with the 3 minute, okay, you said that we use that to buy in or to, I think you said sell to. Now, my question is, can we use the 3 minute and the 5 minute interchangeably with loans and shorting?
Yeah, so the 3 minute acts pretty close to the 5 minute, except it's quicker. So that's why I don't talk about the 5 minute, because then you're losing. So if you're shorting and you wait for the 5 minute, more than likely you're going to lose an extra 15%, because we're doing 100x leverage.
Okay, now I understand. Thank you.
Yeah, because the lower the time frame, the quicker the info. And that's why I showed you here, and you'll see this video. You'll see how using the 3 and the 5 minute, we're pretty much the same numbers anyways. It's just the 3 minute is more accurate on time frame, right? So now.
So I'm sorry.
Go
So
ahead.
can we? I mean, so what do we use? What do we use the 5 minute for? Can we use that to do a long, yeah, long,
No, 3 minute.
buy?
The 3 minute is giving you the same information as the 5.
Okay. I'd rather just use the 3 minutes then.
Yeah. That's why we use. So on this long here, right? This is a long that we're covering right here, right? This long is based off of one thing, right? It's the 1 hour RSI hitting the bottom, right? Once it hit the bottom, it triggered us to start looking for a recovery, right? And if you look at the 1 hour, you can see that it starts to recover. It's starting to bounce and recover in this little area, and it's going across. Now, once the 1 hour hit the bottom, you know, and I'll mark this here and we'll go through the whole thing. So here's the 1 hour actually hitting the bottom, right? So the 1 hour hits the bottom at this level here, and it starts to recover a couple times in between there. There's one recovery, and now it's recovering. So now when the 1 hour hits the bottom, if I go to my 30-minute, right, I can see that when the 1 hour hit the bottom, the 30-minute RSI was headed up. So if I was going to, you know, this is where people, you know, make the mistake where they kind of jump the gun, right? So the 1 hour hits the bottom, the 30-minute starts to go up, and they're like, oh, this is going to be a long, right? But you have the 2 hour still headed down at that level, right? The 2 hour wasn't even halfway done. It was still coming down. The 3 hour was still coming down, right? So you had a lot of sell pressure dragging the price down. So you have to let the higher time frames be in your favor, right? And that's what we're going to see right here. XRP is going to go from 69 to 71 and a half, 72 to 69 multiple times, because the larger time frames still haven't moved towards a long yet. See what I'm saying? Still dragging it down. And the 1 hour could move halfway up and then start back down again on you, while the 2 hours, you know, and the 3 hour is still coming down. So here, to start this long, what we were looking for was the candles. So when the 1 hour hit the bottom, right, and started to drag across, we noticed that at that time, the 30-minute was headed up, right? So what we would do is we would let the 30-minute head up to the top, and then when it came back down to the bottom, we would start to see an area of like a buy zone, kind of like the support zone, right? So we see the 30 go up, it goes back up again, and this time it gets weaker and it fails and it comes back down, and then that's where we start to see that lower low that actually came in. And if we move to our 15-minute, we can see that that low came in when the 15-minute basically broke down with the 30, wasn't able to break up, started to push down, and then finally bottomed out. And then we are now at this level here, this 15-minute. If you take a look, if you're looking at XRP, look at the time stamp is 1330. So on the 1330, we can see that this is where the 15-minute, like look at the 15-minute, right? See where it starts to go up there? And it's about 1345. And we get a green moon in that area. But we can see here, we're starting to get the 15-minute moving up from the bottom. And at this point, if we look at the 30, it's starting to move up from the bottom. And then if we go to the 1 hour, it's finally starting to move up towards itself again from the bottom, starting to make a move again. But more importantly, now when we go to the 2 hour, right? The 2 hour is now at a level where it's almost at the end. It's almost at the bottom. So that lets us know that we're getting very close to a section where it's almost about to touch the next hour or two of where we can say that, okay, the bottom is almost in, right? So now that we know that, that's why we went to the 3-minute, because the 2 hour was almost bottomed in. We went to the 3-minute.
BC, I'm sorry. I have one more quick question. Now, when you say I forgot what you just said, but my question is, okay, so how do we know when the RSI, the Dutch RSI is fully done going down? Is it when it reaches zero? Because I look at the
Yeah.
numbers on the right hand side.
Yeah, yeah, zero. And so it's a -1.
Okay.
Just draw a line. Draw a line. Go, okay. Look at the RSI. You're going to see across the board
Okay.
how many times it hit the bottom and went back up. Right? You see all the times that it touched,
Oh.
right? So now
So in that case,
go to your
we could
right.
do like a support.
Go
Okay,
go to the right and write on the numbers where it says 1, 0, -30 or whatever, right? There's a plus sign when you're hovering over there, right? You see that right when you connect them, right when you get close, there's a little plus sign, right? Move your mouse to the right. So
okay,
go towards the numbers, right? So and
okay.
when you're go to the bottom of your RSI, right? And take your mouse and put it at a bottom where it bottomed and went back up, right? So use your mouse and kind of scroll to the side where you make them, kind of scrunch together. You can see where the bottom of the RSI happened a couple times, right? The lowest points,
Right,
right?
it's like a support.
Yeah,
Right.
exactly. Now go all the way to the right until you see the plus sign that's on the numbers. You see that little plus sign? And there's a round circle with a plus sign, and the numbers are to the right, right? And you can kind of like move that up and down.
Okay.
You see that little circle with the plus sign in it? To the right,
Right.
the column. There's the column with the numbers that you were looking at, so you can tell where they're at. 80, 60, 40, 20, right?
Okay.
Do you?
Wait, I think I'm stretching it out too much.
Yeah, don't matter how you stretch it. If you go to the right and you go to the numbers, right? Slightly go back into the indicator, the RSI. And when you do that, they should see a plus sign pop up. So if you're scrolling right on the edge, you're scrolling right on the edge of the numbers. So the RSI has numbers to the right, right? You see them, right? The 80, the
Right, I
60.
see that.
Okay, if you take your
30,
mouse,
20, 10, and so on.
right, take your mouse, take your finger of your mouse, go down to the 0 line.
Okay, I'm there.
Okay, come into the RSI, come into the indicator section. Do you see the little plus sign? It's right it's right where they meet. If you were in the numbers and you moved to the left and went into the indicator, the chart, if you went into the chart, there's a plus sign that pops up.
Okay.
You see it?
Uh, no, not really, but I'll look for it.
Here, take your mouse. Take your mouse. Okay?
I accidentally
Go
hit the-
go down to your stochastic RSI. Okay? Let me know when you're there.
Okay, I pulled it back up. I see.
Take your mouse, take your little finger, your mouse. Take that little hand. Put the hand in the stochastic RSI. Right? What time frame are you on?
I'm on the 2-hour chart.
Okay, so it doesn't matter what chart you're on, 2 hour. Okay, you see where the 2-hour RSI is almost all the way pointed down?
Yes, I'm
Okay.
looking at it now.
Put your finger at where the line is at the bottom, and you look to the right. Right, what's the number to the right?
My green line is on 1.34.
Okay, do you see that little plus sign on the 1.34?
No, I don't. It's not popping up on my screen, at
Take
least.
take your finger, slide to the right. So if you put your mouse exactly on the tip of the line of the RSI line, and you start to slide it to the right towards the 1.45, okay? When you get very close to the 145, right, you should see a little circle with a plus sign. No, that's not popping up
Yo,
for
what
you?
up?
What up, bro? Is that not?
What we learning, man?
We're doing the charts right now, bro. We're just going through XRP. So there's no plus sign there for you, A?
No, not at all.
Okay, so watch the
I'll
video.
show
It'll
you a
show
little
you.
You are in TraderView, not on MEXC, right?
Okay.
Yeah, you're on TradingView, right? Yeah, you're on TradingView, yeah. So
But
that,
wouldn't it be easier to just to do a support and resistance line with the Scotch RSI? Because that's what I just did.
yeah. When you go over the plus sign, it says draw a line.
Right, yeah. Oh, yeah. I drew a support and resistance line for my RSI.
Yeah, that's what I was
And
trying to tell you. That the plus sign, when you click the plus, it says draw a horizontal line.
right. Yeah, I see
Yeah.
that. I have it.
Yeah. So
The
then when you
signings are a bit different.
Yeah, so you just draw a line, and then when you look at that line, as you kind of scrunch it, you can see that line, and you can move that line. If you put your mouse on that line, you can move it up and down. Now that you created it, put it at the bottom
Right.
of the RSI so that you know where the bottom is. So that's your 1.25 area. And then you put a line at the top at 100. That's your top and your bottom. Your second line, the third line you put is at the 85 area, and that's what we call the 90 line, around there. And that's where we like to see, sometimes you say that we like to have the RSI break that line to confirm that it's, in a full motion. All right, so now that we got that done right there, we're going in to see where this long is starting to develop, right? So now, first thing we do is we wait for our 1 hour to hit the bottom. Once the 1 hour hits the bottom, we check the 2 hour. It's still coming down, so we let that come down. In the meantime, we check our 30. We let the 30 bounce up, come back down, and when that starts to settle in, we're allowing the 15 and 30 to go up and down and then create the level of the buy zone, right? So you can see here on the 15, comes down, creates a buy zone, it goes up, creates a buy zone, and then starts to stable out there, right? So we kind of have the bottom zone and the top zone, and that's where we did our, in the beginning of the video, we did our support at the bottom and our resistance at the top, and that gave us our buy area, right? So now the 15 minutes at the top, it needs to, still correct a little based on the 2 hour, and it's going to be less correction because the 30 minute is pushing up, right? The 30 minute is about to hit a 30-minute green moon, which is going to start to give us a big pump here, a little jump. So XRP is about to jump if you guys want to get into a trade. So now, when you look at this, you can start to see where everything's starting to go. So if you're doing an XRP trade, let me rotate this up. I'll do just for shits
Now,
and giggles.
speaking of
What?
What we waiting on XRP for the 15 the bottom?
Yeah, so I mean, the 15's at the top there, which is all right because you have the 15. It still has to push to the 100, right? So after it's done with this little push to the 100, the next thing that we're looking at is the 30 minute. The 30 is pushing up. It's about to do this green moon. After this green moon spike, right, we'll have this little push. That's where if you're in a long here, you want to take your profits because it's going to pull back and reset on the 15, right? So we're still waiting for a full long here. We're waiting for the 2 hour to start to level out so that we have a buy zone. So far we have a little bit of a buy zone here. It started off at 68, and this is all based on the 3 minutes, right? So right at this particular moment here, we're just waiting on that 2 hour to start to go flat, and that's almost there. It's starting to level out. So with the 2 hour leveling out, the 1 hour starting to go up, and the volume just broke on the 1 hour above the 4 line. We're starting to see a little bit of a consolidation area where it'll go sideways for a while. So this is where we're just kind of mapping out like, okay, where's our next entry? So for me, I like to have that 15 minute come back down, find the next support zone, and then when that starts to move, that would be the area. So we've started earlier on the video. I'm going to put this video up. there was an area where you can start seeing a buy zone area, right? And we still have that set up, and that'll basically break down. So we had a buy zone area here. There's your little pump right there. So that little pump was, if you would have got in XRP, it's a nice little 20% pump there and 30% right there. So it's making this little move. So right now what we're doing is how to catch a reversal, right? And it's based off catching the 1 hour at the bottom, letting the 15 minute, 30 minute hit the top, come back down, and then giving us an area of support, right, which is at 67 and 78. Once we had that area set up, we then go to our 15 minute and we watch our 15 minute, go up and set a precedence of a high, which is what we're seeing right now. A little bit of a buy zone high here. And then we'll see it pull back down, and that's where we want to start getting a little more aggressive for the trades that we want to do here. But we were talking about was if you're doing like a lot of people come in and they say they like to trade support and resistance lines. So this is how you do a support and resistance trade. You would find the support zones, find the resistance zones, and then you would do a 30x leverage, and you would cost average buy 20% of your position on the 3 minute. Every time the 3 minute was in your favor, bottoming or topping, well, you're going long. So every time the 3 minute hit the bottom or started to go back up, you would buy 10% or 20%, right? So far there's been 3 buys. So you're 60% in, and you're just running the course of cost average buying in this little buy zone here. So that's what we're doing here. For high leverage, we're all sitting back in high leverage. We're just waiting for the 2 hour to bottom and for the volume on the 2 hour to start to show positive movement, which it looks like it's doing here, because we want to get in on a 1 hour green moon. That's our trade, right? So that's what we're waiting for here. So the 1 hour green moon's kind of adding up. That's the one we're looking for. And if that combines with the 2 hour at the same time, that's the trade we really want. So far right now, we're just watching XRP go sideways and kind of develop a little buy zone area for the scalpers, high leverage players, right? You're just buying in that little zone. Now, I did 175x there because I know that with all that happening, there was going to be a jump right there off that moon, and that's up 135% right now. 138.
Oh, did XRP get posted, listed on Coinbase?
Yeah, bro. Yeah.
Somewhere?
Where you been, brother?
I didn't know that. I was trading it like yesterday when I called it. Those crazy games, man, on that.
Yeah, bro. I was with JD, right? So JD he got scammed out of $5,000 from a fucking scammer the other day.
Oh shit.
So I told him I was like, look, man, I'm gonna give you the trading program. You can pay later when you make some profits. And I let him in, and I was like, so listen, join me tomorrow morning. We're gonna make some trades because XRP got listed in Canada. So I got him in on a thing, and I'm like, all right, we're going to XRP long. So I think he had like $300. He's like, all right, we're going long. So he put in, ended up making like $4,500, and that was his mortgage for the month. So he was able to pay his mortgage.
Yeah, that's a nice one.
Yeah. He was like, bro, he's like, you have no idea how I was so worried about everything. I'm like, yeah. I'm like, that's why, come trade in the mornings. We're going to teach you. He's like, bro, 3 days ago, I didn't even know how to use MEXC, and today I'm paying my mortgage. I'm like, he's like, I was like, yeah. I was like, you got to learn somewhere, man. You got to learn eventually because you don't want to miss out on these, the opportunities to make that type of money, man. So that was good, man. That was a good day for him. He did well. And see, this is where that 15 minutes going to go where it wants to go. And at that point, take your profits. And then, so if you're in that high leverage trade there, you're playing that trade. What you're doing now is just taking your profit zone out of there. And you're just going to wait for the next ride there. So that thing jumped to like 180. Simple trades. But this is where you guys got to learn, like, you know, there's always a pullback, right? A lot of times guys keep holding the trade. When you're high leverage, you take the profits because the coin's always going to pull back. We still have the 3 hour headed down. The 2 hour hasn't bottomed out completely. The 1 hour is finally pushing up. So we're getting an area where we can positive volume. So positive volume, positive candle. So this is kind of like our buy zone. So not a bad area to be buying, but we haven't fully got to where we're at yet. So we still have the 15 and the 5 minute at the top. So we're going to wait for those to pull back. Once those pull back, that will be a solid floor for the long trade that we want to do when the 2 hour starts to go the other way. So far we have a bottom target of 67.8, a middle buy zone of 74.8, and then after this pump here, when the 15 and the 5 minute come back down, whatever area that hits, that's going to be our buy zone. So what I was teaching was just going over, like, you know, using the daily to kind of see where your resistance and support lines are for the day. So you can kind of understand, like, targets that you're looking for. And I was also talking about how it was kind of weird to me that the target or support line for XRP was actually 90, 93, 94 cents. And that's where it went to before it dumped. To me, that's manipulated trading, because that's traders trading. Those are the bots. And if it was retail investors, they wouldn't have sold there. So that's how I can tell this is a manipulated.
Yeah, that's true.
That's how I can tell it's a manipulated pump and dump. And one guy was like, "They don't pump and dump XRP." Yes, they do, bro. Like, this is a prime example.
Yeah, it was jumping around like yesterday, man.
Yeah. I wish I would have. I didn't think about it because the things were so crazy. We hit the 94, 95 mark and we took profits. And I was like, damn, you know what I should have done? I should have just hit reverse. Because we were up like 7K. I could have reversed it. Oof. 7K.
Yeah, I was just opening small trade
Dude,
and putting like 200% profits and like 35% stop loss, and they were just hitting those 200% like every like 6 seconds. You know, I was just closing them out one after the other.
It was interesting. It was you never knew what was going to happen, though. It was kind of like you had to respect the fact that, you know, this is an unprecedented moment. XRP is considered a non-security and is the only token on the market currently, besides Bitcoin, that can honestly be said that it's not a security. So everyone who's been sitting on the sideline waiting for 5 years, you know, it seems like it, right? Waiting for 3 years for this court case to be over. We have no idea how. I mean, we had no idea how high this would go. But the fact that it hit that target and came down, that just lets me know it was just another pump and up. It was just traders. Well executed.
It could have gone up more than that, right?
Oh, at least, dude. Retail investors should have took it to its second level, which would have been $1.30. So my targets were 94 cents with a pullback, because if you look at the daily, that's a cup and handle, right? So that's the top of the cup was 95 cents. And then the pullback would have been about 70 cents. And the next run is to $1.30.
Yeah, once it gains momentum, man, that thing is going to go. Once it really,
That's where we're at. We're in that cup and handle. Go to your daily. Look at your daily, and you're going to see right there, clear as day, you're in a cup and handle. It's exactly where it went to. Went right to the top of the cup, and now we're working the handle. But the top of the cup is very sporadic. Like, it's normally solid candles. I mean, this thing literally jumped there and just came right back down. So
out, or looking into like, I was kind of, I think I'm getting into like new customer or something, but it,
Boogie sneaking in. Stelios, what up, baby? So that's what we're looking at right now. Is just kind of like breaking down the support and resistance lines. So that.
You see?
What's up, brother?
Good, man. How are you?
Good, man. Good, man. I'm just looking at this XRP, man, because you know it's the same. Remember last year I was talking about when not Doge, but Shiba Inu came out with all their upgrades and all that shit, and I was like, man, Shiba Inu should have went up twice as much, and it didn't. And then I'm like, man, this market's in bad shape, right? So the same thing here with XRP. XRP should have went to $1.30, came down to $1, retested, and went back up. The fact that it didn't do that, you know, it just lets us know that we're not in the best shape right here.
Yeah.
Yeah, the whole goes bad, right? Look at it. See.
But this is the handle right here, man. So this is going to be the test of, you know, what's really going on here. If this handle can break out to $1.15, $1.20, then, you know, we're at least in a decent trading market. Because that's the thing. If the traders are doing what they're supposed to do, which is moving the charts accordingly, then we're half decent. But if the traders can't even get the coins where they want them to go on those bounces, those second bounces, then you know there's a problem, because that second bounces are normally retail. So if the retail doesn't come in here and XRP fails to get back to 88 cents, you know, then it's gonna start to, the sentiment will change on it, and it'll drop back down to the 65 area. Because there's no more, this is what they say, this is the moment of truth. This is the moment of truth. Like everyone said, if XR, remember I made a video the other day. I remember I was live and I was talking to Kay, and Kay was like, man, XRP is going to go to the moon once this settlement happens. And I was like, I don't know, man. Where's the money? Like, where's the money going to come from? And as soon as it went to, like, it was on its way to like 80 cents, she was like, I told you. And then as soon as it went back down to 70, I was like, you told me what? What'd you tell me? What'd you tell me? I mean, I don't want to be right. But I know the economy's shitty, and I know that this is a manipulated market. So the question is here is like, you know, now that this second move is going to let us know like what's really happening. If we don't get this second move to go at least back to the top of the cup, we got problems. I don't care what nobody says. XRP is the fourth largest army in the business. Their people, especially now that they think about all the money that's been sitting on the side. Not to mention, like, most of the XRP people sold at that run, that top there, 90 cents, 85 cents. So they're going to put back at least 50% of their bag. So if this bounce here doesn't get back to at least the top of that cup where they took profit, then there's no new money. And if there's no new money, that means it doesn't matter if the coin and if crypto is considered a security or non-security. At the end of the day, there's no fucking money.
Yeah, it's gonna go back down. That's the.
Yeah. That's what I mean. So that's where we're at right now. We're just kind of like, we're in that little zone here of like, this is the moment right here. I mean, we're about to get this, you know, we got the 4 hour needs to settle in here. It's starting to go sideways. The 2 hour is at the bottom, right? So that's kind of where it needs to be. We have volume here. There's green volume, but don't forget the XRP army don't sell, so their volume is always green. They hold volume stronger than anyone I've ever seen, right? So now my whole thing is like, okay, we just got a 15-minute, right? I think we got a 15-minute moon coming in. We hit that 15-minute right there. Okay, so what we were waiting for, like I said, is the 15 minutes start to head down. I said we were about to get a 30-minute moon, right? We'll get a pump. That's what we just got. right? Wasn't that big. It went from 70 to 72, which is great. We did 200%. Here we go. There we go. Nice. It's retesting the 17,221. So it looks like it looks like it's starting to, you know, do its slow walk up the mountain. All right, so we look good here. We're heading towards a 45-minute green moon, hopefully in the next 15, 25, maybe 30 minutes. But the moon, and then if we get to that 1 hour, we're going to have that shot. But once we get to the 1 hour, we'll see a 2 hour moon. The question is, do we just go back to 80, right? Which is kind of like the first target zone. Do we go right back to that 80 cents and then that's the end? Or are we going to clear back up to 91 cents, which is the main resistance line? So I think no matter what, we're going to get to this 80. I feel like we should be able to get to 91 because at the end of the day, 96 and then a dollar is kind of like the real target. But I feel like the 80 cents will get hit and then we'll probably come back down. We're probably going to fight that for a little bit and eventually we'll break to 91 and settle at about 80 cents. So if that happens, we're in good shape. If it doesn't, then we know that the market's kind of in a bad shape. But this is the moment of truth right here, man. This is going to be, because everybody's looking at this. So if XRP can't go crazy, the rest of the world's going to go, shit. If XRP, who won the court battle, everyone in the world says XRP is going to $500 fucking dollars. You know, there's a guy in South Africa hopped on today. He's like, yo, my buddy told me to buy it at 80 cents. I was like, dude, never buy anything until the 2 hour RSI is at the bottom. And I said, then you buy, right? And he's like, I bought it at 80 cents because my friend said it was going to $16. I mean, dude, they're in South Africa talking about XRP to $16, bro. So the sentiment and the theory behind XRP is strong around the world. The question is the money there? So this is the moment of truth. So if XRP fails to break out here, you are going to see it's going to be a very like shell shock. It's going to be, you know what I'm saying, when you get hit with that, you know, reality check.
Probably be that. Then if it's that shell shock, we're going to be looking at a pullback to what, 58?
I mean, I think that, like I said, I don't think the problem with XRP is they don't fucking sell. So I think they're buying back here at the 70 area, and I think even if it pulls back, we're gonna still see an area here of 70. I think the lowest would be 67 cents. So the money that went into XRP is not going to go anywhere because now they're all sitting around going, well, eventually when people get money, XRP is going to be the next big thing. So I feel like the 67 is a solid buy area because now the next level for is $1.30. So like I said, you're not going to lose money on XRP. So I laugh and joke about it, but XRP is like my stable coin, right? So anytime that I'm not in trades, I put my money into XRP. And people are like, why do you do that? I said, because at any time XRP can explode. But I'll tell you the thing about XRP is it's definitely not going down. Like they will hold. Like until the market makes a move, like right now we're in a decent market, XRP won't go down. Like they will hold. They're one of the most reliable. That's why the people joke about it and say that XRP is the greatest stable coin. It's because the community is so strong. So it's interesting, man. Boogie's like, and Boogie's got a good point here, right? Boogie's like, yo, I watched it all day. Only the U.S. market pumped. The rest of the world already knew it wasn't a security. I mean, it's right. It's true. It's just, and then the rest of the world, I don't know if you guys know, but the rest of the world already uses XRP and XLM. They already have their money in there. So all that happened was there's a bunch of people sitting around with thousands of dollars in XRP and they looked at their wallet and go, oh shit, and they sold it. Because that's the stable coin. That's XRP. Okay, so like you guys weren't even paying attention. I was in XLM. I made I made money on XLM yesterday, right? I went to 7. At one point, it was like 18 cents or some shit. Let me see what it was. It was crazy. I sold it like 17.
Why was XLM pumping?
XLM, Algo.
Well, XLM is like XRP.
Yesterday.
Now, see, the weird thing is CoinMarketCap has these set where they're saying that XLM only went to 15 cents, but in futures it went to 17, 18 cents. So
Yep.
we sold at 17, and you got to realize that all of Europe, right? If you're dealing with anybody in Europe or UK or anywhere, they all use XLM. Like, it's the only thing they really use. They're using it in the banks. They're using it for, I mean, that's how they transfer money, right? No, anyone in Europe uses XLM. So they're sitting around. Let's say you had 10 grand in XLM and you're just sitting around, and then the Americans pump it up to double your money, and you're just like, what the? You sold. Like, you sold that. And now that money's going to come back in because that's their stable coin. That's what they use. So now all the UK and all the Europeans are going to put that money back in after they double their money. Now it's calmed down. It's hit a floor about 67 cents. That's a reasonable price. And this is what we're in right now. Now the Europeans are putting their money back. The question is, are they going to put back the 20,000, or are they going to put back the 10,000 that it originally was and keep the rest for profits? So that's kind of where we're at right now. We're in that floor. But that's, that's the XRP story, right?
Right.
That's why when I made a video, XLM and XRP are the same tech. They use the same ledger. But I made a video. I was live the other day, and I was talking about where's the money going to come that's going to make that's going to moon XRP. That's the problem. Where's the money going to come? But today we're looking at the charts, and I was just showing like levels of the charts, so that way you guys can break it down. Right now we're currently in the same scenario. The 1 hour is starting to break up, not too shabby, but we're still waiting for the 2 hour to at least go sideways. But the good news is the 3 hour is starting to bend a little. So XRP is starting to find a buy zone here. It's starting to find a floor. So far, go to the 3 minute. And you can see around the 3 minute, we have a floor, right? So far right now, here's the 3 minute coming down. It's readjusting. And this is where buying, if you were buying in, this would be the next buying opportunity for you, right? So we were talking earlier, like every time 3 minute goes up and comes down, you buy. So the buy zone would have been 68 cents. 3 minute is about to hit its come back down. So the next buy zone here would probably be about 71.30. So this is the next buy zone here, about in the 70 zone. So now you're in the next little buy zone for your long here, your cost average buying in here. The target is 80 cents. And you can even bring that down and say, okay, safe target would be that next little support zone right there. So 70, 78, 85. That's the next target. And then when all these longs come around, that's about an 8% gain. So that's 800% on this trade here.
So you're running isolated at 100 on that?
Yeah, but I was in way early. But if you're doing this cost average buying, I was telling she likes to trade where she does support and resistance. So this is a way to do a support and resistance trade at a 30x, and you were just buying in on once you find the bottom, which we did with the 1 hour and the 2 hour. Like you can see there's a consolidation on your 3 minute, right? So if you look at your 3 minute, you can see where the 3 minute went up, came down. 3 minute. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 candles that all hit the same mark of 67, 62. Right? So once that hit it once, twice, 3 times, 4 times, 5, right? That's where I would say, okay, this is probably the floor here. Then I would start buying when the 3 minute, was coming down, right? So here's the 3 minute coming back down. Boom, that only goes to 60, 69. That would be a buy. 3 minute goes up, comes back down. This time it hits 68.42. That's another buy. 3 minute goes up, and now it's coming down again. So the third buy would be in the next minute and a half, whatever price this falls to when the 3 minute. So right now, look at your 3 minute RSI. It's about to give you another buy area. Then you would buy again. So those are 3 to 4 buy-in areas that you would be buying on this 30X. Or you could still use your high leverage. And what I did that's where you see the 182 gain right there. I was buying at 100X, but what I did is when the 3 minute was hitting the bottom and it recovered and it gave me 1, 2, green candle, then red, it retouched that 67. That's what we were talking earlier. I was like, yo, the buy zone is 68 cents. So every time that the 3 minute came down right there and we had those little, the candles were hitting that 68 cent mark, I was buying the 68 to 67 mark. Yeah, because I found that's a little pocket right there. And then once we got to the point where I was waiting for that 15 minute or 30 minute green moon, that was the pump I wanted. I got it. I cashed out. So now the 3 minute is resetting here. And you can see we almost got a 3 minute red moon. If you don't get a 3 minute red moon, then it's going to reverse and it's going to pump even harder. But if you get that 3 minute red moon, you would be cost average buying wherever this 3 minutes starts to head up. There's your 3 minute red moon, you see?
Yeah.
So now this is going to give you the next buy area. Wherever this bottoms out and starts to head back up, that's the next area. But now you can see how to build yourself a very safe buy and sell area, right? Or at least a buy-in area. The first buy-in area is what we were talking about earlier in the beginning of this hour. We were talking about the 68, 69, right? Then we finally grew from that. We had a pump, and now we're getting the second buy area, right? But we already took profits. So now for us, after we sold out of our 100% or 150% gains, this is where we would be looking for the next long, because we still have the 2 hour still needs the bottom, the 3 hour still needs to level out, and we have the 1 hour still needs to go all the way up, right? So we still have another trade here. So right now, this is where we're just sitting back, and now that we have the top of the area of this channel of 72.33, now we need to find the bottom of this channel, which is going to be whenever this 15 minute comes back down, like we've seen, right? So whenever this 15 minute comes back down, we're then going to get ourselves a bottom position here.
Gotcha.
I have a newbie question.
Mhm.
If you don't mind.
Yeah, go ahead.
Now, like I was telling you the other day, I'm slowly understanding what's going on. We're doing it piece by piece instead of just everything all in one. Because, anyways, now about the volume, now when it goes above 7, I mean, like, what is considered high volume? Because this is different than the other volume that I used to look at when I was doing the other strategy, that is.
So
Now,
go.
this one is different. My
So-
question is, now with this volume on the QQE specifically, I'm looking at my 30 minutes. I do see a green moon, but I see that the volume is going like more towards the red area, the little dashes. So that's considered, what do I say? This, I guess, shorting volume. And then when it's green and it's going towards the green dashes are higher, is that considered buying volume, or is it the other way around? I think I'm getting confused.
Well, first thing you have to do, right, is the confusion is because you don't know which way you're going, right? And I think that comes down to trend is your friend, right? So the first thing you have to do here is decide. This is what I'm saying. It's not gut, or it's not like, emotional. It's just based on where you see, this is going, right? So the very first thing here comes down to this. Which way do we think this coin is going, right? Because once you start talking about shorting, it's like this isn't a short moment here, because right now the 2 hour RSI and the 1 hour are starting to head up. This is a pullback. Now this is like a retest area, right? Which is where the price pushes up and then come back and kind of consolidates and then repushes, right? So that's what we're in here, right? So we're still in a long area. We're just in a pullback moment because we just had a push. So I think what you have to do is start with your 3 minute, right? And what we use is the 4.5 line. So just like how you did on your stochastic RSI, you would draw a line at your 4.5 area and your 8 area, right? We like 4.5 and we like 8, right? So on the bigger time frames, we like to see things above the 4. On the lower time frames, we like to see things breaking above the 4, but above the 8 is like really bullish. So if you look at your 3 minute, right, because we're always entering on there, right now the 3 minute volume is positive, right? You see how it's above the 0 line? It's all it's on the north side.
Yes, I'm looking at that now. Yes.
Yeah. So this means that we're on the right
Mine
side.
is at 2.30.
It should be, if you look at the 3 minute, the volume, it should, that orange should be sitting at a 4.7. Yeah. Yeah, so look at your volume on your QQE.
Mine is orange. I see a red moon on the 3 minute,
Hmm?
and it looked like it's at 4.3.
Yeah, so it's a positive. So right now it's positive volume. So even though we have a red moon, the volume still it's on the upside. So currently, we already know that this pullback is based on the 15 minute. So if you go to your 15 minute, you'll see that the 15 minute is headed down.
Okay, yeah, mine's starting to curve, but it's not down or yet.
Yeah, so this is the pullback. This is just a retest on the 15 minute. So now that we know that, right, the next thing would be like, looking at where is it going to bounce or where is it going to retest. And it's probably going to go back and retest the areas of like the 70, 52 areas, kind of like the low end. But when we look at the volume, right, so go back to your 3 minute, and you can see that the 3 minute. So now there's going to be 3 goes into 15 5 times. So that means while this 15 minute heads down, there's going to be 3 3-minute candles or 5 3-minute candles. So those 5 3-minute candles are about to show you what the 15-minute candle is doing, right? So right now, the first candle is red, the second is red, but notice on the 3 minute that now that the 3 minutes pushing up, the candles are pushing back up to the upside. You see that volume go up?
Yes, I see it.
Yeah. Now, what it's doing there is every
My
time
volume is almost, it's at 5.7 now.
Yeah, it's starting to let you know there's some strength here, right? So that means that we're in the right position because we already know with the 1 hour headed up and the 2 hour bottomed that we're going in the right direction, right? Now the secret is getting in at the best price, which is what we're doing right now. Is we're working the best price option, right? So the guys earlier today, we got in at that bottom of 68 and we did 100% gains, and now we're out. Now we're waiting for the next long, which is going to be when the 2 hour and the 1 hour moon hit, right? So now we're trying to figure out the best areas to buy at that moment, right? And that's what we're doing right here. When the 15 minute pulls back, it's going to give us the low point and the high points on the next 5 3-minute coins or 5 minute candles, or the next 5 3-minute candles. The next 5 3-minute candles are going to give you your channel of buys and sells, or where you should be buying. So right now, with the 3 minute hitting the bottom, right? Remember we just talked about this. this is where you would, consider buying, right? So right now we're at 70. So let's mark this out and say, okay, our first buy area happens to be 71.87. Okay? And that's because the 3 minute bottomed out. Remember we talked about this earlier? Buy at the bottom of the 3 minute when it starts to go up. Yeah? You remember that? Hey, you there?
Yes.
Yeah. Remember we were just talking about this?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
So now this would be our first buy. Right? And it's a cost average buy.
Hate when it pulls back to my stop loss.
Huh?
Said I hate it when it pulls back to my stop loss.
Yeah, well, that's profit, man. That's why I say when you see that 15 minute coming down, just take profit.
Yep.
Because now you're in the 15 minute pullback, right? Which is what we used to call a 5 minute pullback, right? Which is where the 5 minute gets a red moon and it starts to have a little bit of a pullback area. So this is a normal pullback, right? So always when the 15 minutes starts to head down, that's just a sign to take profit as soon as you see that. So if you're waiting for a pump, right? And on this pump, we were waiting for that 30-minute green moon, right? When that hit and we got that burst, always take the top of that burst. Especially if the 15 minutes already topped out, just snag that profit because it's not going to get any better. So just close that out right there. And now reset, which is what we're doing from there. So right now I'm resetting. And we're waiting for on the reset, we're waiting for the time to get back in, right? So what that is going to be is when the 15 minute and the 5 minute reset. So the first one is the 5 minutes heading down, right? So I gotta let the 5 minute start to head up, and that'll give me my first signs of a buy, right? That's why I use the 3 minute, because the 3 minute is normally the same as the 5. So the first buy zone for the 3 minute is 71.87. So if you're going long in here, right there, you can see actually it's a little bit lower. So the buy zone for the 3 minute bending up would have been around 71.63. So we'll just put 71.68. So that's the first buy zone. It's starting to work its way up there. Now a lot of guys, to get the best buy area, right, they will look at the 30 minutes heading up, 15 minutes at the top. A lot of guys will just say the golden rule, right? The golden rule is don't trade against the 15, right? So you'll see you can mark the buy zone there, 71.68. I'm not trading fully against the 15 minute, right? What I'm doing is I'm not putting my whole bag. I'm not putting 100% at 71.68. I'm putting like 10%, 15%, right? And remember, we have twin bags, right? Twin bags. So if you have a $50 bag, that means you have another $50 that it's a twin, and its job is to buy a situation that you were wrong on, right? It's a safety net. So right now I would put 20% of my bag in at 71.68, and that's my first level. And I can put a line across there just so I know where that is, and that's my first buy level, right? So now that I have that, I'm going to let the 3 minute go to the top, come back down, and when it comes back down, that will be the second buy zone. So my first one is right here, and that is the 71.68. So that's my first buy. Now I'm sitting back. I'm gonna let this run. It's gonna bounce a little bit. Now you might get lucky here. This little 20% that you put in, this might go for 100% gains. There's no shame in the game for taking, profits on that, and then rebuying again when the 3 minute hits the bottom. But this is your first buy. You're only 20% of your bag, or 25% of your bag. You want 4 buy-ins, so 25% of your bag. So if you have a $50 bag, you have a $50 bag and a $100 twin bag, or $50 bag and another $50 bag as the twin. So you have a total of $100 in your trading account. If you're buying 25% of this position, it would only be 12% of your position, because that would be 25% of the 50. 25% would be 25% of the 100, right? So you got to make sure that you know what your percentage is. You would put 12% here. That would be your first buy. Your next 12%, move it by 4%. It would go from 12 to 16. That would be on the second 3-minute pullback. And then 16 would become 20. And then 20 would become 25. And those are your 4 purchases right there. And that should get you $50 in and have you $50 on the side in case there's a big dump that comes in that you weren't expecting. And then you have an extra $50 to buy that dip, and then boom, it explodes and you get paid on it anyways.
So, I'm sorry. Okay, so if that's the case, well, we're pretty much buying the dip based off of the Stoch RSI.
Mm-hmm.
I understand that every time it goes down, well, we're doing a bullish trade, that is.
Mm-hmm.
Every time the RSI goes down and starts to come up, that's when but when it comes down, that's when we buy it, and we expect it to go back up.
Yeah.
So at each time that it does that, my question is, doesn't we purchase more shares a little bit at a time, right?
Right. That's why I just went over the breakdown of percentages.
Okay, I understand.
So I'm going to, let me stop the stream here, and I'm going to go back.
All of that. And then, like I told you, it's a little difficult for me because the way that I used to trade is vastly very different from this. So I'm trying to make sure I have an understanding of what's going on, because the indicators are different. The way that the volume is different. Everything is different. But with the way that you do it, I like the way that you do it, but it's different. So, and good to know that I come from another trading style.
Mm-hmm.
To jump into this, something completely new and different, I'm trying not to make it difficult. I'm getting there.
Well, here's the breakdown, right here. We don't overthink this, right? We use a stochastic RSI as the main indicator for longs and shorts. That's basically your trend. Okay? So the large RSIs are going to, larger time frames are going to give you trends. Okay? So the very first thing we do here is to find this long, right? We went to the 1 hour RSI. And as soon as the 1 hour RSI hit the bottom, which we can see, we put a box here, right? We marked where the RSI hit the bottom. And basically we marked where it started to cross up, which is right about here, okay? Now, in that area, once it hit the bottom, we then check our larger time frames, because we need confirmation of once it hit its bottom. Think of it like this, right? So it's like filling a balloon. When the 1 hour RSI gets to the bottom, you put the balloon and you start dripping water into the balloon. The 2 hour and the 3 hour are the rest of the water that's coming. So if you're pouring a bottle of water into a balloon, right? You're pouring. The 1 hour hits the bottom. That's the beginning of you pouring water in a balloon, okay? The balloon starts to get heavy, okay? As you're pouring more water in the balloon, it gets heavier and starts to drag the price down, right? So the 2 hour, the 3 hour, and the 4 hour are all the weight pulling this price down. So the beginning of the faucet, or the beginning of everything that's happening, is when the 1 hour hits the bottom, right? We see that right here. Now we go to our 2 hour, right? And we can see that the 2 hour is still coming down right here, right? Because remember, how do we start our short, right? So you're taught how to short, right? So let me walk this through so you can understand why we have our shorts. So I'm going to put a box here. Here's your 4-hour RSI. You see right here, the 4-hour RSI broke down and it crossed right here, right? So I'm going to make this video for you and I'm going to show you where the 4-hour RSI crossed. Babe, one more thing, baby. And I needed your face. I just didn't want to bother you. So right here, I'm going to put a 4-hour RSI on, okay? And it's going to be very simple. And the reason why is because that is how we find where the beginning of a pullback is, right? And as soon as you do that, come right back, take 1 minute. So here's your 4-hour RSI. You see right here, it crosses, right? And you'll see this on the video. It crosses right here. TikTok can see this. The 4-hour RSI crosses over. That's the beginning of the down drag, right? This is where we put this line. The second part of this is, you know, waiting for volume and everything to kind of like slow down, because that is the key, is that when, you know, the price isn't going to go down until the people stop buying the product, right? And that's where we're at right now. So what we have to do right here, even though we have a pull down here where the 4-hour starts to show that it's overbought, we're now going through the transition of when does that start to go down, right? And for us, it's based on volume, and you can see right here, we get a 4-hour red moon, right? So that's kind of what we see right there. 4-hour red moon comes in. That's where the buying and sellers start to finally deplete. And that right there happens right on that mark. And I'm going to make that red as well so that I know that that line is going to be the 4-hour red moon. Okay. So now that we have that set up, now we know that there's a short coming in and there's a moment that there's going to be a pullback or a retest or whatever. And that's what we're seeing right now. So that's the beginning of how to find the pullback that you're trained to do. So this is the thing that we teach you inside the Discord, how to find the pullback. So we're going to go through that real quick. And the reason why I want to show you that is so that you can see how to find a reversal. Because a lot of time when you're tracking a short, it's going to lead you into a long, right? All trades reverse. So once a trade's reverse, you're able to take advantage of an up and a down position in the same trade if you're paying attention, right? And that's kind of what that is. Here you go, baby girl. Thank you. You hungry? And so at this point, we have our pullback right here, and we have our red moon right here. So this is where the volume finally changes. 4-hour red moon. Boom, I put that line in. Now that we know that there's a pullback happening, we start to see the pullback. We rotate to our 2-hour, our 3-hour as well. The breakdown, it's starting to come down. The 2-hour, you can see here on the 3-hour red moon happened way back here, right? It's another nice little indicator. And I'm going to put a line there. This is going to be the 3-hour red moon. And then we look for the 2-hour coming down, which we can see right here. The 2-hour starts to break down on the RSI right at this level here. And this is going to be the box that I put in here for the 2-hour breaking down. This is going to be the box that we're going to make orange because that's for the 2-hour right there. There we go. So now we have that set up, and that's how we find our short position and the pullbacks for that, right? So now the 1-hour, we can see the 1-hour is breaking down where the 2-hour broke down, and then it decided to change its direction and get to the bottom right about here, which is this white box. All right, so that white box is basically the 1-hour hitting its bottom and starting to move in a direction across the bottom, right? So now we can go back and look at the shorts and see how that all kind of like came together on that move. And we can also see where we can get a long in there, right? So now that we have that all happening, obviously in the short, we go to our 30-minute. We can see right here that the 30-minute, when we had a red moon right here on the 3-hour, with the 30-minute was headed down, and then our 4-hour red moon happened right here. 30-minute was at the bottom. All these lines are basically 2 hours going down, 30 minutes going down. Here's the 4-hour red moon. That particular trade right there on a 4-hour red moon is important because you could have snagged just off the 4-hour red moon about 13% gains, but we'll cover that later. And then everything starts to ride across, and we can see here during the 4-hour coming down right here, it's still in there. The orange is the 2-hour coming down. We have a short and another short possibility, and that's based off the 30-minute. 30-minute goes up, comes down, resets, comes down, and now it's starting to build momentum, right? So what we're looking for is where the reversal comes, right? So the reversal, after you've got this shorts, and a lot of times I always tell people I like to see 2 big shorts happen, and then after the 2 big shorts, I consider that the end of the short, right? So here's our first pullback here on XRP, 14%. Here's our second pullback, right? This was the main one, right? This is where the 1 hour started to come down right here. The 2 hour was coming down. Everything was lined up. And then boom, we got our short position off our 30-minute, pushes up, and then the 30-minute comes down, and that's where we get this huge dip, and that's where we're finding our bottom, right? So after that final 1 hour push down, here's the short on the 30-minute. You enter right here at 79 cents. You would have took profits down here when the 30-minute started bending up, which is on this candle, right? That's where it starts to bend up right there. And right at that point is where we're starting to see the reversal, right? So now the 1 hour is at the bottom, it's starting to go up. So now that we've had our big dump, we had our first pullback, and then we got our big pullback was what we wanted. That would have been if you were paying attention, that was another 13%. So you would have made 1,300% on that. So that's a huge gain, right? So once that happens, you have 1 pullback, 2 pullbacks. That's pretty much the end. The 1 hour is now starting to push back up. And then when we look at that 1 hour, we will see that the 2 hour is starting to bottom out too, right? So right here at this moment, we're now in the reversal side, right? So now that we're in the reversal side, this is where we were talking about earlier, how to start to find where your buy-in points are at, right? First one is 30 minutes starts to move up here on this candle. So this section right here becomes an area of interest, and I'm going to make this green because this is for the long. 30 minutes starts to go up on this coin right here. That's the beginning of the first move up. And then the 15-minute is also going up at that point. So the 15 and 30 are starting to go up here. And the 1 hour, right, here you go. The 1 hour is also starting to go up. So you have the 15, the 30, and the 1 hour all going up on this candle, right? If you look at the 2 hour at that time, you can see that the 2 hour hasn't hit the bottom. So that means that it's going to have more pull still on the balloon. It's still going to drag the price down, but it's almost to the bottom. So realistically, it's not going to have that much pull because it's already filled. So it's basically all the weight on the pulling is already happened. So now we have to determine the bouncing, what they call a channel, right? So let me make some moves here real quick, because we're gonna do a practice trade here. So let's see. Take some XLM here. And I'm going to convert it over to XDC. I hit market.
Streaming on TikTok?
Yeah, I'm on
I
TikTok.
can't see your screen.
Are you in the live? Yeah, I'm on TikTok, bro. I'm on TikTok. TikTok.
Yeah. Here, I don't see the. Okay.
Did you find the live?
Let me check.
If you just go to his profile on TikTok, you should be able to click his top picture and it'll go to the live.
I'm on the here. Let me me transfer this real quick though. All right, so I'm gonna put 50 bucks in because we're gonna do a $25 bag with a $25 twin. All right. And then TikTok, I am on, I think it's the main one, right? Let me see. Yeah, VC Crypto Nation 1. So I'm on the main one here. VC Crypto Nation 1. So if you go in the Discord, you see the TikToks. It's the VC Crypto Nation 1. That's in the folders there, my TikToks. All right, so now that we got that all set up, okay, so now we're here. So now what we're doing is determining on this green line where we would see buy-ins, right? So now that we know that the weight of the 2-hour pull down is almost over, and now we're going to see the momentum start to level, and then the pressure is going to eventually release and head in the other direction. So now we go to the 3-minute, right? And we use the 3-minute to find supports and resistance in the areas that we're looking for. And this is where we would see right here. This is where the 15 and the 30-minute start to go up on this new move to the top with the 1 hour. Now what that lets us do is that we look at the 3-minute candle. We go backwards on the 3-minute candle, and we go back about 30 minutes or at least 15. I like to go back at least about 30 minutes, which would be 10 candles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, right? That's going to show me the lowest candle, right? And then a support on it, and then the next candle. And then I can see here that I've had multiple supports as I move forward on this one level at 67.68. So that's going to lead me to believe that right now when I'm looking at this candle, that this area here of 67.68 is probably a buy zone, right? And notice on the next candle we pull back, that's the buy zone, right? Now, if I was looking at my 3-minute, which is I buy at the bottom and I buy and I re-enter, I would have missed this buy-in because I probably would have seen here that the 3 minutes coming down. If I'm savvy and I'm a quick buyer, I'd see the 3-minute came down and then it starts to move up here. This is where I would buy in because I see the 3-minute bouncing up, and the 15, the 30, and the 1 hour have all just started. So this means there's strength to the upside. So this is where I would be buying. My first position would be somewhere in these candles here, either 68, 61, somewhere in this little zone here would be my first buy-in. So that'd be my first kind of like buy zone right there. Now, as this starts to move, I would let it do its position. It pulls back, and what we're doing here is we're riding the 15-minute. So now the 3-minute comes down. My second buy would happen here, which is again 69.37. So my first buy would be 25% of my bag. Now, since I'm doing a bag and it has a twin bag to it, I have to cut the percentages in half. So if I have a $100 bag and I want to do a 25% entry on $50, I don't put the slider on 25, I put it on half that, which would be 12. And then the next time I enter, it wouldn't be 12. I would move that up by 4%. It would be 16, 17%. And then the next time, because money's coming out of the bag, you have to keep moving your percent up. So 12 would then become 14 or 17. And then 17 would become 22. 22 would become 30. And then I should have, out of those 4 trades, I should have 100% of whatever bag I'm doing. So no matter what you do, when you do your first trade, if you have a twin bag, you're going to do 25% of your first bag on 4 entries, which would be divided up, not by 25, but the slider would go 12, 17, 23, 30. Okay, write that down. And that's how you enter. And I'll show you that as I start to enter here. So now my next entry would be when my 3-minute comes down, which would be here, would be another entry at 69.37. That's 1 entry, 2 entry, third entry happens here, 68.64. It comes down. Now at this point, I'm only 75% in my bag. And what happens at this moment here is that from this entry point, which would be about 60, I think I had it, my average was 68. I see a jump because I got a 15-minute moon. I went up 400% right there, right? I'm taking those profits. I'm closing this profit. Okay, I'm out of that trade. Now, I'm not out of the long trade because I expect it to keep going, but I'm taking these profits here. So 400% on my 75% of my bag is in. I take profits, and now I reset. This is the second trade of this long, right? Because there's about 4 trades that happen inside of this movement, right? So now the next setup is repeating what I just did. Now, what I'm doing is I go to my 15 because I'm going to get out of the trade when the 15-minute gets to the top area, which we can see right here. The 15-minute has topped. So now I want it to reset. Okay? That's what I'm talking about. I want this to reset and get into a position where I can find my cost average buying, right? Because I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to have 4 buy-in positions that I want. And now I need to start finding them, right? So how do I do that? Same thing I just did over here. Now the 15 minutes at the top. Now I'm going to see over the next, I'm going to go to my 3-minute candle. Within my 15-minute candle, there will be 10 3-minute candles, right? So let's mark the 15 minutes. So the 15 minute has hit the top. And all I'm going to do here is just basically mark right here where the 15 minute hit the top. And starts to go down. It's going to be that area. I'm going to make this red. And now I'm going to go to my 3-minute. And all I'm going to do here is I'm going to start looking for my area. So 3-minute RSI goes to the top, right? It hits. That's my first section of the top, right? So now I know that that's the top area. That gives me an area of 72.20. Now I'm going to let my 3-minute come down. And when it gets to the bottom here, that's where I'm going to be looking to buy into my first buy. So far, it's gone down to, see this wick here? It's gone down to 71. If you're looking at your wick, look at your 3-minute, guys. You can see on this last candle on your 3-minute, right? So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 candles, right? We have 5 more candles to go to get our 15 minutes. But this candle here, this last candle, had a wick that went down to 71.49. So that's kind of giving me an area there. Now I can pull my entry point down to that area and say that, that's probably going to be a good area around here, about 70, 71.50, right? So this is where I start thinking. So as soon as the 3-minute pulls down, wherever it gets to here, that's where I'm going to start looking to buy. So now I'm just patiently waiting for the 5-minute, the 3-minute to start to head up. And wherever that is, that's where I'm going to start looking for a profit area, because we still have the 30-minute pushing up. We don't want to trade against the 30-minute. We want to trade with the 1 hour. So we have a little bit of time here for the 30. So we now, as you're in the indicators, we're just looking for sections to buy, because what we're looking for is the big push that I want, which is going to be the green 1 hour moon right here, is when all that volume kind of lines up. But I want to make sure I'm in a good entry here. So right here, I'm just going to let this play out. And right now we have this channel here of 72 to 71.50. So this is kind of like the area. So whatever this 3-minute pulls down to, that's going to be my first mark of where I think I should be looking to get in. But currently the low of this area is 71.51. So what I can do to make sure that I get a good position is I can go over to my MEXC, and I want my first position here. What do we have? A $50 bag. So we're going to put in 71.50, which is that first line, and I'm going to put in 25% of the bag, which would be 12% of the bag, because I got a twin bag in there. So I put that price in there just in case there's a wick, but that's where I'm aiming my first entry, right off this bottom here. So now we're just in a waiting game, and the waiting game is to see how many times that it can hit that target and fill that price. So if it hits it and fills it, then I'll set another buy at that level, and we'll go from there. The second thing I'm going to do is I'm going to anticipate that we could probably get a lower price than that. So I'm going to put a 71.45, and I'm going to put a 15% buy on that. because that's a lot lower and that would be a better price for me to get in. So currently I have both my first two orders set up for this area here. So 71.45. So those are my two little buy zones. So I'm recording this, guys. That's going to be on YouTube, and then we'll move this over to the Discord. But right now we're being patient because we need our levels to hit. Remember, let the price come to you, right? So now the breakdown is, you know, going over support and resistance, right?
Right.
So now what you can do is that you have your areas kind of set up and you have a couple orders set. You're waiting for the 15-minute to reset, the 3-minute to go down. While you're doing that, you click on your daily, okay? And when you go to your daily, this will give you some ideas of where the targets are, what you've seen before, and you just kind of scrunch it up. And what we're looking for is the very first is the top, right? You want to find an area where a coin has hit in the past and it's kind of like consolidated. So that area right there would be something around this area here, 127. And then you fall down to the next level where you can see there's some support, resistance, right? And that area sits at about 92 cents area, right? So there's your two top areas. And then from there, you can scroll in a little bit and you want to get a smaller area that you're seeing a little bit of that support and resistance. And that's going to be right in this area here. You're getting some support here, some resistance, and that is your third target, right? So now you got your three targets from the top. Now you do the same thing. You go down from the bottom, and what you're looking for there is targets that have seen tips, support, resistance, support, and then boom, there's your first target, your closest. And then you go down to your next target where you're seeing these bottom pieces hit, right? So this is kind of seeing support, some support and resistance in this area here. Doesn't have to be perfect, just areas. And then the final one is down here where we're seeing a lot of that support and resistance area. And then a final one here to kind of, this is where you're at right here. So these are your main ones. And then where you're at currently, you would go back and now you're starting to see where you have some areas of support and resistance. So you have your 46, 42, that's where we broke out. The next low would be 57. And now you have all these little areas that you can look at. So now you go back to your 3-minute. And now that you're back in your 3-minute, you have all these other little lines set up that kind of let you know all the targets. So if we do get an entry here, the target that we're looking for is about 78.85 area. And the lower, always shoot a little lower. The next lower area right there would be that one right there for a target. So 75 would be what we'd be looking for the first push up here. Right. So now let's go back into what we're waiting for, which is an entry. Never trade against the 15-minute, right? And you're starting to see why. See how much that's coming down now? And now that we're starting to gig around the 71.50, I'm going to go over to my entries, right? We're getting close to my first entry, which is 71.50, right? So we're almost there. The 3-minute has kind of come to a bottom. Here we go. There we go. So now this candle's sitting 71.58. Let's see if we can get our target hit here. Now I'm not too worried about jumping the gun here because I still have the 5-minute that needs to push down. So we're still in a good spot here. And now I'm also watching volume, right? So the volume here, still positive volume here, meaning that it's still in the trend to the upside. We're just starting to close in on these lower support areas. See the 3-minute starting to bend. The 5-minute starting to bend. So you see how the 5-minute starting to bend there? Look at your 5-minute RSI starting to bend. So we're about right in that zone, the 71.51, and it looks like we hit our target. Always set your target, guys, because what happens is sometimes there's a wick that you don't even see, and it'll wick to these lower targets, especially for profits. it'll wick to an area that you don't see, but the computer sees it, right? Because it's like faster than the eye. It doesn't even show up on your chart, right? And it'll get a spot. So far we have a 71.51 filled. And then since that filled, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to put another 71. There we go, 45. Now I'm seeing it going a little bit lower. I'm going to go 71.40. And that's where I'm going to put another smaller entry. Now we're starting to fill. All right. So now you're in that little zone there. Here it hit that second line that we wanted. 5 minutes about to finish. We got some good entries here. And that's why you want to wait on price. So now we're not too much in a hurry because, guys, don't forget we still have the 15 minute, right? Look at the 3 minute volume. We're starting to get negative volume. This is why when you're in a position, you don't want to be too heavy in it when you're trading against the 15 minute RSI, because it does have it's got a lot of weight on it, right? So it's got a lot of that sell pressure, and you could see these wicks. So don't panic and over jump an entry or something, like, wait for it to go down. Don't jump the gun. Like, be patient. We can see here that we have a 71.31 area now, and the 15 minute is still slowly coming down here. So pick the wrong one there. All right, there we go. I don't know why that was on a short. So 1740, 1735 seems to be the little area. So I'm going to set a 1730, 7130 area, and I'm going to do a 10% right there. I'm going to keep increasing our entries on these lows. So 1730, 7130 is my next entry in case we get a nice another wick here. But we're not making any serious. Right now, I think we have, let's take a look at the bag. So right now we're $8 into the 25. So what is that? 1/3. So 30% in right now. And now we're waiting for the next targets, right? So let's go to our 3 minute. And we already have our entry here. So the next entry for us is going to be when the 3 minute goes up and then comes back down again. So that's our first entry, right? Now we're going to wait. My first time buying crypto. Should I look at Bitcoin or Poly? I mean, yeah, this is XRP, guys. We're looking at XRP. Personally, first time buying crypto, Bitcoin's always nice to have in the arsenal, when you're a long time trader. But gains come from smaller low caps, right? So I would probably do a low cap over Bitcoin. So that would be my thing. So I mean, because you have to think, if Bitcoin's 30,000 and you want to double your money, it needs to go to 60. That's an all-time high, right? So it needs to go to 60,000. So is Bitcoin going to get to 60,000 in the next year? Probably in a year, right? And that's going to give you a double. Now, Polygon is probably going to go from 70 or whatever to $1.50 a lot faster. Or another coin, like something, a lower cap, like, I don't know, XRP. XRP could see, 70 cents to $1. So right there, it's about a 50% gain that you can sell and then reinvest in something else. So I would always go with I'm always going with the lower cap. So I wouldn't do Bitcoin. I wouldn't do Bitcoin right there. So now you guys see how that being patient, you fill your orders like that. You guys see that? and be greedier, right? Like I wasn't greedy enough. I was shooting for the 50. I should have shot for the 45 like I wanted, then shot for the 30. Then I would have had two great positions. But I filled anyways. I got my fill. Our average position on our fill is our entry price is 71.43. So not too bad, but we're in that position. We filled our order. So, and I do have an order here set for 70.31. And don't forget, guys, once you set your orders, make sure you check your open orders, and that once you start getting into your other buys, you close those out so that you're not in a bad position. All right, so far, guys, we're up 45% on this. Now, if you're a master trader, as you get a little better at this, which is kind of like what I do, is I would be putting my entire bag at those levels, and I would be snagging profits there. Oh, am I on a crazy move there? I am on a crazy move. But you can be, if you're doing 100x, you're up 20% right there. So you're starting to see that. Now it always pulls back, and that's what we're seeing right now. So right now we're just fighting that 15 minute. We don't want to get too crazy, but we do have an order here that we have set for the lower level of 71.30. So make sure you got that lower percent in there. Our next buy-in here is going to be when the 3 minute comes up and then comes back down. So right now, that's our buy zone right there. And now we're just waiting for the retesting of it and the bounce. So I'm going to preset another buy. We have 71. Let's see here. Open order. 71.30. Right. So I'm going to get a little more greedy there. I'm going to set an open order here we have a 71.30, right? So I'm going to put 71.25, and that'll be a little bit more of an order there. 71.25, right? I'm going to open that up, and I'm going to do another 17% in case we have that. And then I'm going to set another order here at 71.40, which seems to be where it seems to tap a little bit. I'm going to do a 12% there, which is a normal entry. Okay, so there we go. So those are set. Now I'm going to basically wait for this to play out, and then the next 3 minute that pulls back, we're going to have another area that we can look at. But right now we're just finding our buy zones here, guys. And we have to be very cautious here because we are going against a 15 minute, right? Now the only thing that we have in our favor here is we have a 15 minute pullback, but we do have a 30 minute pushing up, which is kind of like fighting the 15 minute off. So hopefully the 15 minute will eventually start to go back up with volume and start to head back the other way, and then we can get another push. We have our green moon, which was nice, and now what we're looking for here is the addition of a 1 hour green moon or a 45 minute, which would be nice. And then we're going to take profits on that. So there's our 45 minute. Not quite there yet, but we're working our way. And that's where we're at. Okay, so here we go. So here's a quick jump. We have an 84% gain right there, which would be 40, about 50% for you guys. A lot of times you want to also learn to set your profits, right? So particular here, I can see that profits are moving pretty quick here. So I'm going to set my profit for 72 cents. And if I can get to 72 cents, I'm going to take 75% of those gains. And if I can get to 70, oh my bad, I didn't put that in there right. So 0.72, I'm going to snag 75% of those gains if it jumps to that. That's like 113% there. And 0.7210, I'm going to take 100%. So why I'm getting this move here, and that's just because go ahead.
I'm sorry. I was just gonna ask. So each time we sell out, we sell more uh, each resistance line.
Yeah, because okay, so yeah, so we're buying. So you're talking about. So say that again.
When we're going long,
Hmm.
um, and when we taking profit each resistance line, uh, we sell more and more on each line, right?
Yeah, it's the percents, right? Because if you sell,
Yes, percent.
yeah, if you have $100 and on your 50% mark you sell 25%, well then you have $75. And if it gets to your 100% and you went to sell 25%, it wouldn't be 25% of 100, it'd be 25% of 75. So you have to increase the 25 up to 50 to get the number that you really wanted. Get it? When you start selling, you have to increase the interest, the percentages, because there's less money. So you have to keep increasing so it takes more. So a lot of times you want to work kind of like working your way up. You do 10%, 25%. The next one you would do 50. The next one you do 75, and then you would close out at 100. Does that make sense to you? If I gave you $100 and it became 150, and I said, okay, take 25% out, right? You're taking 25% of your 100 out and 25% of the $50 in profit. So now there's $75 left. And then it pushes up higher, and now we say, yo, you need to take another a bigger percent here. Because if you only take 25%, it's not going to be $25 of 100. It's going to be 25% of 75. So it's only $20. You see? Because there's less money there because you've already taken money. All right, so now let's get back to our 3-minute here. So we can see here we're starting to get to the spot where we're making moves here. And if you're in a 100x, you're probably closing in at 100% gains here. So this is where when you learn how to master this buying the dip, selling the top, like this little channel here, right now what you're doing is mastering 4 buy-ins, which are 4 buy-ins to the long that we expect to happen, right? At any time, if these buy-ins jump 100%, you're taking those profits and you're learning how to get in and out of your profits. Because eventually, to get better at scaling your money, you would then be using more money, right? Doing the same thing, but more money. Yeah, we're using all leverage, guys. We're doing leverage trading right now. This is leverage trading teaching. So right now, you see how right there, I see, notice how it hit that top right there? See how it hit 72.19? So if I'm entering down here at this level here at 71.40, I can basically set a profit for 72.19 and take these profits. Now, if this is starting to make a conscious movement here where it's starting to find this every time, right? Here, boom, boom, and then it retested, right there. This is a 100% gain. So if you have $1,000 and you do 100x, you just made $1,000 for the day. You can go ahead and enjoy yourself, right? So as you get better and you start to find these, then you will be able to, increase your money and make money off these 3-minute moves, right? As long as the bigger time frames are in your favor. Right now, I'm taking profit because the 15-minute time frame is against me, right? See how the 15-minute RSI, it's going down, see? So I'm taking profit here to reinvest when this starts to bounce and go back up. Because at any time, these profits could go even lower. So I'm taking profits right now on this move because it was 180%. Now it was only $8 of the, you know, the $25 that I wanted. It was 33% of what I wanted to be in. But I'm slowly, what you want to do is learn how to get in and out of your positions so that you can get used to setting your profits and your takes. And then when you get better, you will be better at taking higher profits and making more profits and getting better at taking more money. So here we go. It's starting to break down, which means if the 15-minute is here, it's probably going to break down lower than this 1730, right? Because it didn't really hold here, and the 3-minute is starting to bend. So what I'm going to do here, now that I'm seeing some weakness, is I'm going to go here to my positions, my open orders. I'm going to go to my open orders, and I'm going to remove the highest open order to buy, which is 71.40. I'm going to revoke that, right? I'm going to come over here, and I'm going to revoke that, because now I expect this to go lower than 71.30. So now I'm already preparing for this to go lower than 71.30, which is, I want to see it retest this mark here, but I'm looking for it to go into 71.20 area right here. All right, so that's where I want to see a new buy zone here at a 71.20. So now I'm going to get even greedier inside my orders, right? So my open orders, I'm not going to take a 71.30 mark. I'm going to take a 71.25 mark. So now I'm going to revoke my 71.30 mark as well. So I have an open order to buy along at 71.25. All right, so I'm going to keep that one for now. And then I'm going to buy accordingly when my 3-minute goes back down to the bottom. That's where I'll start getting my spot. So I'm using the 15-minute right now to get better buy-in positions, okay? I'm using the 15-minute stochastic RSI to get better buy-in positions. Notice right here that the 3-minute stochastic RSI, you guys seeing your 3-minute stochastic? You guys see how it's failing to break up? Now, while this is happening, I'm going to check on my long, right? So what's my long position? My long is a 2-hour breaking up, right? Boom. It's breaking up. It's about to cross over, so my long is still good. I look at my 1 hour. It's about to break above the 20 line. Still good. My 30-minute is still pushing up. The only problem is my 30 minutes almost to the top, so it's a little less big pressure, but my 15-minute is going down, right? So what does that mean? That means that it's going to have a hard time for my position to go up, right? So I have to be very careful here and realize that I need to allow my pullbacks on my 3-minute RSI to be my guide. When they bottom out, I'll buy in again. When it pushes up, so I took this first profit because I was doing a test, taking profit here, and I got what I wanted. Now the next one, we're going to do the same thing. So now we're waiting for price to come to us. What price are we waiting for? 71.30. That's what we're waiting for right here. You guys can see here, I put a price tag, 71.32. That's the price tag. That's our entry, 71.32. So we want this to come back down, and I'm actually aiming for 71.25. So I'm below that. But I'm not going to buy in until my 3-minute gets close to the bottom, and then I'll start buying it. So right here you can see I'm already up 86%. So if I wanted to close out, if I would have had my big bag in here, I could have easily doubled my bag in one trade. But you guys, you need to learn fundamentals of doubling your bag before you can get, to the advanced level, right? So I've already taken my profit here, so I've got a little bit of money in here, but not a lot here. It's 10% of the bag that I want to put in. Let's go back to XRP, and we want to see our 3-minute come down. And then we will enter more of our position. And I'm going to put this video on YouTube for you guys. VC Crypto. If you want to go to YouTube, guys, go to the email. Go to the website, vccryptonation.com. Always let price come to you guys. Cry me a river. What up, Cry Me My River? All right, I hope you guys are learning here, man. I hope you're picking up some data here, boys. You know, this is the information. This is a very simple way to put yourself in a position where you can learn how to trade. And it's a very simple trading style that anybody can do. So Alicia, do you understand this, Alicia? Very simple. Brian, you got this? Boogie, you got this? The Bees Keys, what up, baby? You guys got this? Jeffrey, how you thinking, man?
Yeah, we got this.
Looking good or what?
We got this.
Making sense?
Oh yeah, making sense, making money, man.
Yeah, yeah. It's nice to make.
Off 20-25% of the time and pulling through.
Yeah. Then right now you're just learning. Like we're waiting for the long to come around, but you know we're learning how to buy the levels. There's a lot of guys like you'll hear a lot of traders talk about support resistance levels, right? And it's not that hard to like scale them out. So as you get better, you know, and as we go along and we do more videos, I just want to get to where, you know, how you guys trade, because how I trade is a lot different, right? So I trade, I can double my bag just off the RSI, but that's because I'm trading with the RSI, all of them at one point. I wait for the perfect trade. I get in 10 seconds later, I double my bag, I'm out. Like it's a very simple process for me. But I think in the beginning, like going through everything, I got to get to where there has to be a lesson and a format where it answers all the questions so that as you guys go through it, you have answers and then it'll click for you. Because there's something has to click eventually where it's like, oh, I get it. And sometimes we have to cover a lot of different avenues for that click to happen, right? So we got to go through a lot of different ways of how we trade to where that click hits. And then after the click hits, then we're like, boom, now you get it, right?
Yep.
So that's kind of what this is. So this is a nice little here. This shows you how to get support and resistance levels. So if you guys are watching YouTube videos or whatever, this will show you a bunch of support and resistance levels. It'll at least give you an idea of what's happening around you. And if I go to the indicators, the VC indicators we got, and I click that, this already has support and resistance levels for me. So if you're getting the new indicators, the ones that we got in the Discord, you'll see right here, see these support and resistance lines I drew?
They are so nice.
Yeah, they're already there. Like this blue box, that's the buy zone right there. That's the indicator. That's why we have it. It's already there. But notice how all my lines, I just turned this shit on. Notice how all my lines are exactly on those. We're sitting in the middle of the 3-minute buy zone right there. Perfect. It's fucking incredible. It's unbelievable. Now look at that 3-minute bending, right? See how the 3 minutes starting to show volume, right? So now the 3 minutes starting to show volume, right? So now what I want to do here is I go back and I look at my area, and now I'm like, all right, so this is starting to work out here. So we're starting to get this little section here that we're getting buys. Now it's showing a green candle, right? So now I know that the next level that I really need to be aware of here is that 71.59 area. So now I got to let the 3-minute finish its moving and then come back. And the next time it pulls down, if it doesn't break below that, then I'm going to take my next purchase in here. But right now I'm just going to let this, I'm just going to let it do its little hiccup here, because the 15-minute is still moving down. Hasn't bent up yet. So we still have a down there. The 5-minute is bending down. So this is just a hiccup. So I don't move in when I see that. I let that 3-minute finish. So it's just letting me know that there's some buys in there. Yeah, crazy schedule, guys. Like, listen, these are going to be on YouTube for you. This right here is a very simple process. The indicators that I use here they're in the Discord. So you'll see things that you won't see on other things, but 4-hour trend, 2-hour trend, those things just let me see what's down the future. So right here, I know there's a 4-hour green trend, a 2-hour trend. I know that there's a 1-hour red trend. and a 30-minute red. So, but we have a 5-minute green, 15-minute green. So we just flip this 30. We'll be in an even better zone. But that's the pump I'm waiting for. I'm waiting for that 1 hour. Now see here that little hiccup they had. It quickly jumped up and now it's kind of fighting this area here. So let me turn these off real quick. Okay. So now we can see that we touched the 71.61 area. And now when this 3-minute pulls back, this is going to give me a more solid area of like what we're looking for. But I still have all my buys set for them lower areas. So just in case, I'm still set up here in those 25 areas. But I'm going to use that 71.44 candle. Because we're starting to get some higher highs here, which is good. Buy XRP, it'll change your life. I bought it at 15 cents, so it already changed my life a couple times. But the key is to sell it. The key is this. At one point, I was third largest holder of XRP. I don't even know if so. Queen XRP Queen. I'll give you a bonus here. I'll give you some of my XRP if you can answer this. What is the average percent holding of people in the world that have XRP? It'll blow your mind. Like, remember, if you're going to change your name to XRP Queen, you better know.
XRP holders that are holding?
Well, yeah, there's like, so in the world, when you go and you actually like look at how many XRP holders there are. So if you want, okay, so if you wanted to be, well, what is it? So I was looking at it the other day. So if you wanted to be in the top, how is that broken down? Let's see. So I guess it would be, if you wanted to be in the top 3% of XRP, you would have to hold, it's probably different today, I'm going to have to go look, but it was something, it wasn't even that much, man. I think it was like, it was something minimal. It was like, I have to go look, man, but it wasn't that many tokens. It was like, maybe like 500 tokens. It's pretty crazy.
Nice.
I'm going to do a video on it. Because I want to go look now to see like how it's really adopting right now. Yeah, top 3% used to be 30K, and that was when it first kind of like really rolled out, and then it changed. I know I dumped, and a lot of people I know dumped their bags at like 160, 150. And I bought back at 20, a little bit at 29, and then a lot at 35 cents. But it's spreading now. It's starting to like, so back in the day, it was like, there weren't a lot of people buying XRP. I'm going to see what it is now. Hey, Boogie, what is it? What's it now, bro? Boogie, take a look at how many new XRP holders there are. Hey, Siri.
It's gone up a lot.
How
It's
many?
only like over 100 grand, over 100,000 to be about 5% now. I used to brag about being in the 2 percentile, but I'm not there anymore. I sold to good profits.
Yeah, you gotta take profits, man. You gotta take profits. It's very interesting. Hey, Siri. How many new XRP wallets were created over the last 24 hours?
Okay, I found this on the web for how many new XRP wallets were created over the last 24 hours. Check it out.
Let's see what we got here. Okay, These major crypto wallets acquired over 100 million XRP in the last 24 hours. I told you it was a pump and dump. It was the whales. XRP seems to have fallen short in capitalizing on the procedural wins that Ripple I just said all this shit. That had Ripple has gained from its ongoing legal battle against SEC. Although the asset managed to increase by almost 2% over the last 24 hours, it's still down 1.6% over the week. On a 14 to 30 day period, the crypto is starting at a losses of 5.3 to 7% respectively, blah, blah. Let's see. Major wallets hoarding XRP. Over the last 24 hours, while the crypto space was busy with its apparent bullish run that made almost all digital assets increase their trading prices, major wallet addresses have also been busy accumulating large number of XRP coins. According to information shared by Tracker Whale Alert, during the time frame, 105 million XRPs were added to major wallets. Among the whale activities, the biggest was 25.8 million worth transaction that involved Bitstamp crypto exchange. However, it also shared that 100 million units of the altcoin worth around 45.4 million were moved from a wallet named Ripple to unknown digital addresses. Hold on.
It just give you a heads up, we're at 7147.
Yeah, I'm looking. I got a 7120. Let's see what the 3 minute is. I mean, it's tiptoeing around here, man. Hold on. How we doing on that 15? Still. This might be a little bounce area here. There we go. Go down. Get some fills. Let this 3 minute top down. There we go. There we go. We're going to get there. 7127. I don't know. All right. That's interesting here, right? So among the whale activities, the biggest one was 26 million worth of transactions. 26 million worth of transaction that involved Bitstamp. I mean, you have to understand, if this is inside of Bitstamp, that's Bitstamp. No whale is using Bitstamp. I'll tell you that right now. They use exchanges. They use brokers. The Whale Alert, however, also shared that 100 million units of the altcoin worth 45 million were moved from a wallet named Ripple to unknown digital addresses. There's the dump right there. In fact, while the crypto space was in the midst of extended bearish momentum, over 205 million XRP have found their way in unidentified wallets.
What?
Isn't that crazy?
It is crazy.
I missed my look. I was going to grab right there. That's 7140. It's all right. I'm getting greedy, but we're good. It'll come back.
Yeah, the way it spiked, I took off my high buy down again, just to make sure. I was worried.
Yeah.
It's glad I didn't.
7148. So we're getting about a 7150 now. So I'm going to let this 3 minute play out here, but I'm going to start buying around that area now. Because that 3 minutes having problems coming down. That's crazy. We're getting there. We're getting there, boys. 71, 78. All right, so 7140 will be a buy zone. We'll do a 15 in that zone there. Now we'll just wait on this 3 minute. Come on back down, buddy. Come on down. You're the next contestant on the ISO 2200. All right, so yeah, so basically 205 million XRP found their way to unidentified wallets.
ABC, I found it.
What do you got?
So to be in the top 1%, you gotta have 42,000. The top 2%, 83, or no, I'm sorry, that's how many bullets. Top 1% is 56,000 XRP, and you only need 2,000 XRP to be in the top 10.
Yeah, 2,000. Yeah, 2,000 top 10. So how many XRP?
Only 2,000 XRP.
2,000 XRP, right?
Yeah, and then the amount of that is like 420,000 bullets.
Yeah. So 2,000 XRP, you're top 10. Doesn't that blow your mind?
Yeah, and so many people had it, but they only have a little bit.
Exactly.
1%, you have to have 56,000.
You're breaking in and out, Boogie. Come back, come out, come back in. That's what I'm talking about. You guys, I mean, if I was telling you that if you were in the top 10%, you only had 1,000, I think it was 600 XRP last week. So to be in the top to be in the top 5%, you only needed to have 500 XRP. Is that not blowing your fucking mind? $250 fucking dollars, bro.
Yeah, I think this is it's a TikTok from a while ago, and I know it's changed drastically. But this might have been old.
That's insane. That's just letting you know, like, that's what I'm trying to say is, like, there's a lot of fucking people. But you know what? What kind of blew my mind today, which makes sense, because and what I was thinking about, what made me think of this was the guy from South Africa who, there's a guys in South Africa that were telling everyone XRP was going to $16. And it kind of registered with me when I realized that most people only have 250 XRP, right? And I'm like, damn. But then I realized today, I'm like, man, that's a lot of third world countries. JJ, VCCryptoNation.com, bro. We're starting to heat up here, boys. We're starting to get some volume on the 3 minute. We're starting to see a little push here with this 15 minute. That's why the 15 minute bent up there. Here we go. So now, that's why buying when that 3 minute starts to bend is key. So now I'm going to start picking up at 72 cents here. I'm going to put my buy at 72, and every time it's a little bit below that, I'm going to pick up a long. So right now I'm 71.96. I'm buying a little bit, doing my little 10% there. Hopefully I can get a 71.70 here. There we go. Go down, buddy. Go down. All right, so I put another 10% there. We got a 79, right below 72. Come on, 3 minute. I need you to pull down one more time for the Gipper. So this next time this 3 minute pulls down, I'm going to pick up whatever before when it bends, whatever it is. Let's see here. The SEC, that's just crazy. But now you got to say, I told you it was a pump and dump right there. Look at that. 203 million to undisclosed wallets. Who do you think that was? You think that's Jed? Jeb? Jeb taking profits?
Isn't he already sold out? That's how he bought XLM or started XLM.
Yeah, he sold out. He was able to sell everything. About a year ago, but he kept like.
He was on a clicker or like he didn't have control. Like it came out at this time.
Yeah. He was allowed to sell 20% every 4 months or something. Over a 2-year period or something like that. But then after his period was unlocked and he could sell, he only sold to a certain level and then he stopped. He kept the rest. He kept a pretty good portion.
Yeah, he did.
I'm still so like, because there's two things here. There was 100 million units of altcoins. 45 million were, so that my whole thing here is you have 45 million were moved from a wallet named Ripple to an unknown digital address. That's 45 million. And then you have $200 million that was moved to unidentified wallets. So you have $250 million, right? Because one, that's so funny that it's all equal. 45 million went one place, 205 went another. So $250 million worth of XRP, right? Now let that sink in. The average person, okay, the average person held $500, $250 to $500. $250 to $500. This is 250 million was moved to unidentified wallets. How many people got paid? How many people got paid? Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Like, it's a very interesting moment. Yeah, I'm just saying, man. They got that approval they wanted. They dumped, and now it's stable again. I'm saying, man, Boogie, it made the top of the cup, man. If it doesn't get the handle back up, bro, nobody's going to be able to say this ain't a pump and dump.
Are we getting back in at the bottom of the 1 minute?
Bottom of the 3.
3?
So right now we got some buys set up for 70, 71.40, 71.20, and 71.50. So yeah, the 3 minutes about the top. When it pulls back down, when it bends back up is going to be our buy. So right now I put my MEXC ordered price at 72 cents, so that when the 3 minute gets down or whenever it heads down and starts to bend up, I can start buying 5 to 7% of the position. Not the Discord, it's a website. Go to the website first, guys. Go to the top of your browser and type in actually, you know what, it should be on the it's not on the TikTok. What TikTok am I? Hold on, man. Hold on, bro. Here, go to TikTok, man. You should be able to find it, man. VC Crypto Nation 02. VC, here, there's the website right there, bro. There's the link right there. Let me see if it's on this. Yeah, it's on the link, bro. It's on the link here, man. Let me show you. Go to VC, crypto. Go to this. Go to this. Go to my TikTok right here. Link right there. Click that link. Linktree Venture Capitalist. Click that link right there. Right underneath my live. Go right here. Click that link. When you click that link, that's going to take you to the tree. You're going to see the Discord, third one down. You know they laundered their money through Canada. You know that, right?
Which one?
Man, It's just funny to me how it all happened. All right, here we go. We're getting some targets here. 71.60. This is that mark we were looking earlier. So we're going to pull up to our 71.60 area, 71.40. All right. Let's get some buys in here. There we go. 75.40. Come on. Come on, man. 71.40. Let's go.
There goes my sale. Nice.
All right. So I got a buy in at 71.55.
And I might as well take advantage of the short dropping back for me too while I'm at it.
Yeah,
You know,
that,
71.55 for short. 71.50 on my long buy.
oh, this guy double banging it.
Hey, that's how you make money, right? Up and down.
Up and down, bro. I ain't mad at you. Not mad, bro.
Come on.
Let's see what the 3 minute is. Come on, 3 minute. All right. So far, I touched 71.55 as our low.
We'll reset and wait for the next round.
All right, so now I'm going to clear my open orders of those lower time frames because they don't look like they're hitting. And all right, not too bad. All right, 3 minute. We got a green little candle. So 71.57 was our new low there. Won't let you join. What do you mean, brother? What you mean? What you mean it won't let you join? Let me see you, bro. Let me see you, man, real quick. Let me take a look.
I sent you a PM with a shortcut that I figured out on TradingView, just so you're aware.
Did I forget that? All right, where we at on that 3 minute? See it bending right there? Boom. So this is our buy zone here. 71.77. So our low 71.56, 71.73, little buy area. So now we got this little buy area here. Oh no, just go to the TikTok. Go to my live, man. Go to my live right here. Click this. Click this link tree right there, bro. Click the link tree. Right? Say open anyways. Right here. Go down. Right here. Third one down. Look for the gold sign right there. Join the Discord. Click it. Click, click. And there you go. What should everyone call you? Pick your name. There you go, my friend. There you go. All right, so now that I got my target area, won't let you? All right, hold on, big dog.
Are we waiting on the 5 minutes then too, or?
Yeah, we're just using the 3 minute for the buy-in. So yeah, so you can, yeah, if you wanna, you can use the 5 minute to be a little more greedier.
Okay.
Normally the 3 minute is going to be, the 3 minute leads the 5. So even though the 5 isn't bent yet and the 3 starts to bend, that just means the 5 is going to do that. So if you wait for the 5, you'd be a little bit later. That's why we got in on that little 70, 71.68, 71.73 area. And now we're looking for this pump. So back to 72.05. So now the question is, now that we got the bag in, right? Now I've got a full bag in here. Now I take a look here and I take a quick peek and say, all right, so if I jump from here to this little target area, okay, so that'd be about 25, 30% on there. All right. So 72.51 was the spike. I'm going to put a 72.50. So 0.7250. I'm going to close that out at 100 if it hits that. So now I set a buy here on the last spike. If you notice that last spike on XRP jumped up to 71.51. So I put a spike for 71.50. So if it jumps real quick, that'll close that out for me. That'll give me like a 300% gain on the full bag. And then I'll reset on the next 3 minute. Won't let you join, bro. Says action can't be complete. Probably your Wi-Fi, bro. Come on, man. Let's get paid on this jump. Let's go. I'm full bag.
How you see this one going? You said VC.
I expect
72.20.
Yeah, I'm thinking 72.50.
50. Oh, okay, good. That's where I set my TP.
Yeah, that's the price I'm hoping to grab before it comes. If it doesn't hit that, it'll come back down and then make another run. But I'm trying to get this little push here. Little spike. I need a wick. I need some wick profits. We get this 3 minute green moon, boys.
I got 71.60 entry.
Oh man, you're beautiful, bro. But see this, go back over this video. I want you guys to start seeing this, and this will be where once you master this little way to get your entries properly, then you can increase those leverages and you can take advantage of these spikes. So like right here, I'm running 125x. Come on, 3 minute moon. Pay me 3 minute moon. So right here, you can see my wallet balance started off at $40. And right now we're at 95. Let's go. It's almost there, baby. Come on, Green Moon. Pay the piper. Pied Piper. Oh man, I might change this, dude. I might change this. I might get you a little more greedier here. Hold on. I might cancel this. Oh, come on, man. Let me cancel. Oh, it took. There we go. I canceled it. There we go. I'm actually. Let me see here. I'm getting a little more greedy here. All right, 072. I'm gonna do 60. 7260. I'm gonna close 100%. There we go. Because we haven't even got that moon yet. We get that moon, we're gonna hit that. See that 3-minute moon about to hit? Come on, man. Spike up there. Pay that. Pay that money.
5's got a green trend, and it looks like it's gonna get a moon soon also. About to cross them.
Yeah, the moon just hit. Where's the 60 at? I'm a little bit high there. Let's see, 70, 60. Oh, that's the tip top.
Like 80%.
Yeah, it's up there. It's up there. And what I'm doing is I'm watching the 3 minutes. So if the 3 minute, this next push on this 3 minute, whatever that is, I'm gonna probably take a little bit of that. Basically, let's see what the 1 minute is, right? So the 1 minute is starting to bend down, which means we'll have this last push. Maybe I'll slide in a 07250. I guess I can do a 50% there. 07250. I just feel like it's gonna past that, man. There we go. There we go. Okay, it hit the 50. It hit the 50. All right, I'm gonna do 25%. 0.725. Sometimes you have to do the order twice. Make sure it goes into your open orders if it doesn't lock in the first time. All right. 0.7255. Come on, Spike. Come on, Spike, Daddy. Come on, man. There we go. Look at that spike.
You're trying.
Yeah, I just hit my 71. Now it's trying to get the 55 one. Come on now. So right now we took the $40 wallet. We're at 117, 120. Come on, man. Come on, baby. Come on, baby boy. You gotta take care of your mama, baby boy. I watched that movie the other night. It's a good movie. What you mean, baby boy? Alright, so 72.50. Let's go. I'm gonna take another 25% there. There we go. Not bad, not bad. Look at the 3 minute. Alright, so 3 minutes still pushing. The problem is our 1 minute is starting to go flat. So this is it. Alright, so what do we do? 200%. Come on, man. I know you want to turn. 7255. Let's go. 200% right now, boys. I'll just close it at 100. I'm just going to put 100 at 7255. Come on. Hmm. Zero 724. Nice. We got most of our bag out there. Wanted a little more. Now we're pretty good here. So let's snag maybe a 72.30. Just cost average through here. My network's a little bit slow because I got everything streaming here. Hate that. All right. Not bad, not bad. All right, so we got the wallet. We got the total equity to 105. From 40 to 105 so far, boys. So far. All right, so I canceled all my sales, all my orders. And now let's go back to the 3 minute and let's get into our next buy zone here. Let's go. All right, so let's see if we get another buy zone here, guys. So that's the first time, guys, we were able to double our bag right there. That was very, very juicy. It's a juicy one right there, Mike. I love when people send me messages like, "Is this you? Is that my account, bro?" You messaged me on my account. Why? How could the other account be me? When I just message you from this account? Like, no, it's not the account. Look, when you sent this message to me, did that all my other messages pop up? No, it's not me, man. That was the Hey guys, you can tell that just
Communication with me does not show up, then you are not communicating with the proper account.
yeah, I mean if it's not on the old messages, then it's not me. Let me get my boy so he doesn't Lunatic. Lunatic, are you updated, man? Let me see his profile, man. Watch that 3 minute for me, guys.
That was nice, VC.
It's kind of flat.
He's stupid. Lunatic is stupid. He's like, the guy was like, hello. I known Lunatic for 3 years, 2.5 years. And he's like, hi. He's like, how are you doing today? Where are you located? I know where you're at, bro. He's like, I'm fine. And you? Bro, come on, man. Why the fuck would I ask you where you're located? I've known you for 3 years. Fucking lunatic. I love that guy. Let me upgrade Lunatic's ass. All right. Do. All right, here we go. 3 minute fighting down. All right. So it gave us a little buy. The first buy zone is 72.15. So let's see where this kind of goes here. All right. 72.15. I'm gonna put a small, and remember the bags are growing, right? So the $40 bag is now 100. So the normal 12% I would put in is actually more like 8%, right? So I would put that at the bottom of the first little target that it gave me, right? Hoping that it comes back down there, 72.15. So now I'm gonna go to the next bottom of that next wick, which is 72.29. And we start really hauling here. We might be on a little bit of a run here. 72.29, which is, we should be getting that right now. Putting that position in right here. We should get that. There we go. So we got one order filled there. Let's see where we can get this to come down to. So second wick is hit. Now we got a new wick here. There we go. Now we want to get in here. All right, 3 minute. Keep going, baby. So 72. So now I'm going to set my price to 72.30. And now every time it kind of drops below that 17.25 mark, 72.25, I'm going to put an order in.
So you're doing 72.30 for your starting point for your long?
Yeah. So now I'm going to wait for this 3 minute to kind of like fizzle out. But that seems like the price that it's starting to find a very solid floor right there. So now while I'm doing that, I need to go see what's going to make a jump, right? We had a 3 minute green moon that hit. That 3 minute has to find its way down here. So we still have a little time there. The 1 minute is almost at the bottom, which is going to push up on us, right? So now we're just looking for it's starting to get more strong. Notice how the big reds are disappearing on the 3 minute. Now it's starting to become more greens, right? So that's letting us know it's getting serious. So now the 5 minutes reaching its top, so we're going to let that play out. And we have the 15 minute, which is pushing to the top. So we're going to let that kind of play itself out, and the 30 is getting there. So we're starting to get to that consolidation level again, because the 30 and the 15 have to kind of reset. That'll probably be in this little 72 to 15 zone, right? Because it's going to push up before it comes back. But we still have the 1 hour pushing up. We still have the 2 hour, hasn't crossed yet, and the 3 hour isn't confirmation yet. So the 3 hour hasn't bent yet. So this is where we still just take our time. We stay patient here. We put our buys on the lower sections, and we just wait for price to come to us, because it hasn't. Remember, we still have the 15. You still have the 30. We've already doubled our bag twice here. Well, we doubled our bag solidly one time, and we've had a couple 100% hits here. So now we got to let the 3 minute finish its ride back down, which we're about to see. The 15 minute pull, and then we'll get a solid floor. So right now, looking at my 3 minute, I have a floor buy-in of 72.07. So that's kind of where I'm going to set my buys. So now I'm going to go over here. I'm going to check the orders that I have out there. I have an order for 72.25. I'm going to revoke that. I'm going to keep at 72.15. That's an in-between price between where I'm at now and the price I think it's going to hit. And then I'm going to put a 72-cent buy in there as well. So now I'm set up in case there's a wick. I get good buys. In case there's a big red wick comes out of nowhere and then it goes on a run. It picks up my orders and I'm at least in the bag. All right, so the other point is right now I'm on the 3 minute. So since I'm on the 3 minute, I'm going to sit here and I'm going to let the 3 minute ride out, guys. So this is where the patience comes in, and realizing that no matter how much a price jumps, it always has to come back. Yeah, Boogie's probably surprised to be in the top 10. You only needed 250 XRP. That's crazy, right? It's crazy.
Yeah, while we're waiting on this real quick, I wanted to mention, other people thought that we were going to go $5, $10, $25 after the lawsuit.
Why you got a
Like, it was
Boogie?
It's crazy. First off, it's a half a win, right? Like, it was a win for retail because retail sales were not securities. But you still have to go to a jury and an appellate court for the institutional sales, which they're not saying are necessarily a security. There was like another verbiage. It was like they did it and they didn't know they were doing something wrong. I forget what the word they used for it. So they still have to do that part report, which is what the SEC is claiming is their half of the win of this ruling. But if you're, you gotta know what you hold, right? So XRP is not meant for retail investors. It's meant for cross-border payments for large institutional closure accounts. Like if we're gonna see $1,000 XRP, it's because they got main institutional adoption. That is never gonna happen with retail FOMO. Never. That's why we saw it come with retail. Maybe it was a whale with you. And coin was designed for it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's what I was covering earlier, was the fact that they just literally told you your coin has nothing to do with the bank. Right?
Right.
They literally just told you that the public coin is the Nostros and it's the front end of the bank. It has nothing to do with the tokens in the escrow that are going to be worth $50,000 to $100,000. Because
The private ledger versus the public ledger.
right, retail has a bunch of tokens that were sold with no purpose. Now, you know, because you've been in XRP for a long time, you know that the beginning of XRP, there was no reason for XRP. There was no, besides what the back end was. The back end of XRP was made for the banks, and we know that was happening. They were signing contracts. But you know, the front end had no utility. There was no DeFi. There was no NFTs. There was nothing. There was nothing built for XRP for the retail investor. You remember that?
Yeah, back then.
That's why when you bought it and it went to the market, when they gave all the XRP and they sold it on, that's the beauty of it. XRP sold all their tokens, right, on an open market, and that token has nothing to do with Ripple. Ripple's signing all the businesses. So the XRP token, when you bought it, you were just buying that's why I made the video called My Favorite Meme Coin, because it's my favorite meme coin. It has nothing to do with the real XRP. It's just a coin that was sold originally to an exchange, and it had no purpose, had no utility, it had nothing. It was just given out. And people bought it because it was connected to the other escrow, the twin brother, which is the bank's money. Now, the reason why it's not a security is because when you bought it, or the exchanges bought all the crypto, that's why they haven't released any more XRP on the market, because that would make it a security. Get it? Once they created the XRP ledger to do NFTs, and they created that whole section back a year ago or whatever, year and a half, that gave it utility. And now yeah, exactly. Now you would be buying the token because you expect it to do something. But the exchanges aren't XRP. They're not Ripple. The money's already in the system, so it cannot be a security. Now, everyone's celebrating like Crypto won. Crypto just fucking lost, because now any coin that you bought that had a utility is a fucking security. See how they set you up? Dirty.
Yeah, like that.
Dirty. Everybody think they won. I'm telling you, boys, they're playing Chinese checkers here. Everybody else is over here playing quarters. Not even checkers. Dirty game, boys. It's a dirty game. All right, we're digging in here, man. Here we go. 72.17. All right, that's why I got rid of my earlier. So that's why I put my buys lower, because I was looking for that. So always be greedier. So here my buys, I have a 72 cent. Right? So that's my next one, 72 cents. I'm looking for this right here. Now, this is interesting because we have the 1 minute on the bottom, and that's going to push up. So what that's going to make me do is kind of go in here and grab a little coins here at 72.20, right? 72.20. And now every time it drops low like that, 22.13, 72.13, I'm going to buy a little bit at the 72.13 area just to cost increase at that area, because at this point, it's battling, right? So now I still have my 72 buy. There we go. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. 72 buy. 72.03 I'm buying. And I'm manually buying. I still have my order for 72 in case it hits it. But I'm buying that 72.03 area. And I still have my 72. I don't think my 72 buy hit. Nah, not yet, not yet, not yet.
Mine hasn't either.
But that's why I have the manual. I'm in MEXC and I'm manually buying 72.20. I'm buying every time it went around about 72.02, 72.03. So I'm buying it just in case it doesn't get there. So now every time I hit a 72.05 area, I'm going to pick up a little bit. Right now it's 72.11. There we go. So now I'm going to put a 72.03 for a buy. I was in the wrong section here. 72.03, and I'm going to buy a nice little chunk right there. Hopefully it hits that. Hasn't hit my other one though. All right, 3 minute. Come on now. Come on, 3 minute. Let's get a wick. Get a wick. Now I expect the 3 minute moon here, the red moon, to get rejected and then this to head back up. So looking this over, 5 minutes still coming down. So we have some dragging pressure. 15 minute just started pushing up again. 30 still has room. The 1 hour is bending slightly, which normally means it'll go for a nice little push. The 2 hour, notice how the 2 hour has been bent up but hasn't crossed yet, right?
Good. It's heading in the right direction now.
Yeah, it's slow. We're slow winding here. That's what I'm saying. Don't get too like, you know.
Yeah, no, I got you.
Stay patient, right? Because it always pulls back. Yeah. So every time you think it's not going to pull back, it pulls back. So we still have the 3 hour needs to bend. So we're right where we want to be. All right. So we're picking up some nice little pockets here. Did it get it? I might have got my
200.
No, it didn't buy my 72.03. Didn't buy. Let's try it again. All right, so now I'm going to put a 72.20 area because I'm starting to get the The 3 minutes starting to bend. Look at your 3 minute. So now that the 3 minutes starting to bend, here's a 72.06. I'm going to buy this position here. I didn't have my order fucking ready. There we go. Boom. 72.06 bought. 72.07 bought. Come on, man. You're going to jump down if you're going to jump down. I still haven't filled them 2 orders, but I'm buying 72.05, 72.08, 72.07. There we go. So now all the orders are filled right there. There we go.
Oh, here's our dive.
And then my stop loss triggered. You bastard. Right back into the other zones. Do. That's that 15-minute topping. See how the 15-minute bent? Now you're in a zone where you need the 15 to just run its course, and then you'd be back into where you want. So a long haul on this bad boy. But that's what I mean. So XRP, it doesn't have that volume in there. It's pretty, let me cancel those orders out. There we go. Make sure you cancel all your orders for your buys. Make sure your open orders are gone. Close out of your spot. All right. And this, look at your 30-minute. And this is why you have to be real patient. We don't have any positive volume on the 30 yet. So back in the day, we used to trade on the 1 hour. And it's a 1 hour green trend. And let me put the trends on. 1 hour green trend would be an entry point with a, so right now we're red trend. So we don't have our full, we're not fully loaded yet. So 1 hour green trend with positive volume on the 30-minute. So right now we don't have a 1 hour green trend, and our positive volume is still below there. But it's moving in the right direction. It's just slow boarding. So right here on this pullback here, track that 15-minute. When that 15-minute comes up for surface here again, these are your little buy-ins, or the 5-minute. So you can see the 5-minute coming down. When that bends back up, that'll be an area to start looking for buys. It's going to be the same areas that we already marked out. So 71.50 is kind of like our low end.
Right.
And then back up. But now you have a channel. Like if you go back and look, top, bottom, top, and now we're headed back to that bottom, which would be, I don't know if we can reach 71.34, but 71.53 I'm going to set a buy. And I'm going to go get something to eat. 71.51 I'm going to buy long. All right, so we're set there, 71.51. So let that 15, so you're in a good spot here for a long. So let that 15 minute go all the way down. Let it reset, and then that should be a 1 hour green trend with a 1 hour green moon. And you should see XRP touch 75.53. So track it in, and that should be, what did I put my order at? Yeah, 71.51, we're almost there. You're gonna hit the 30? I'm gonna change that. Let me get a little more greedy here. 71.35. Let's take a look. What's our number? 71. 38. 71.38. Yeah, so 71.36 is the target. Yeah, so you're good for a long here to look for the 1 hour trend, but more than likely that's going to come when this 15-minute RSI hit goes whatever distance it goes down. When it starts to turn back up, you should get a green trend, and your entry is going to be as soon as you get a 15-minute positive volume, which more than likely is going to be the 1 hour trend. All right, so play that one, man, and check.
Will do.
And I'll check in later with you, bro, on how that went. But that's how you build right there. How you build your little entries. Find your little entry boxes. As soon as that 15-minute gets to the top like that, as Boogie will tell you, don't trade against the 15, right, Boogie?
I was watching it open. I was wrong. Glad I didn't get in on that second. I got 100% when we picked up, so I made my money.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah. But
and there's money in the beginning of those trades. Like when you get in those 15s, like that first 15 run, it had that nice little push, and then it kind of that second push came up. But like I said, man, after anything does 2 moves, just kind of like respect it and go, okay, you're done. 2 moves and out, man. Just put that as a rule, and that'll save you a lot of all right, second guessing. Like, all right, I'm not going to mess with a second move. So we had 1 move up, we had the second move up, and that's done. So now we'd expect this to go back, claim some type of zone around 71.32 area. 15-minute needs to go down, and when that starts back up, that'll be your next new clean trade. All right, boys and girls, I am out of here, man. Hope you learned that stuff on TikTok. Go check out the Discord. It is in the bio, man. Later.
Later.
Yeah, let me close out here, guys. So, yeah, does that make sense, guys? That help you out a little bit today?
Definitely. Thank you.
Yeah, and all you want to do is make sure every time you're getting into an order, always put, as soon as you place an order, just put that, as soon as you get all your orders in, stop loss, 25%.
Yep.
Yeah, always place your stop loss every single time. Protect your shit. It makes 2 moves. Get the hell out. So this one, let that 15-minute reset. Don't trade against the 15. Let that 30-minute reset. And you should be golden. Be patient, man. As you can see, like watching this, how many times did the coin go to 72, back to 71, 72, 71, 72, 71? You can make